people or foreigner guy that for you to aware, everyone, for you to aware that your girlfriend is not married, ask to your girlfriend to get a Senomar copy and the Philippine Statistic Office for you to be sure that they are single, because if they can request it anytime they want, even if they don't want to get married, they can get a Senomar. As long as they want to get it, they can get it for to prove that they are single. Because if ever they will request a Senomar copy and the Philippine Statistic Office, and it the result is marriage, it appear on the Senomar that they are married with a Filipino guy. So please ask to your girlfriend to get a Senomar copy for you to be sure that you will have no problem later on.
So are you enjoying blogging so far?
He is honest, faithful, that he loves me who I am and accept my daughter and loves my daughter, and understanding, and then communicate and trust. Yes, trust.
Do you have any age preference though?
No, I don't have age preference as long as he loves me and accept my daughter. Yeah, it's okay. And I have the qualities that I said. And then my daughter also understand. I think she can, at 15 years old, she realized also that.
I'm proud to present to you ChristianFilipina.com. ChristianFilipina.com is the #1 dating service, helping singles find potential life partners by offering services that are safe and filled with members who share traditional values. Now, here's what I know about Filipino women. They are loyal, they are devoted, they aren't real big on the huge gifts, they're more about the small, meaningful things. And they love dating Western men. I have a good buddy of mine that I've known since college that's married to a Filipino woman, and she's always stayed fit, feminine, and friendly. So here's what I want you to do. Step outside of the matrix. I want you to go down to the link below. First link in the description. Also, I'm going to pin it as the first comment in the top of the comments. Use that link. Let them know that El Guapo sent you.
We know to have nothing, and so we are appreciative in life. We are grateful, and we appreciate every penny that our men make, that most of you don't do. You may consider them broke in your high maintenance life, but here in Asia, we consider them rich. We always compliment our men. We always make them feel they're the most handsome men in the world. And most of us dreaming to have kids with them so we can have mixed beautiful kids. And don't worry, ma'am, because as soon as they arrive here, they will never feel lonely again.
Whoa, listen. It appears that the battle between international women and these Western women is continuing. Check this out.
Okay. If possible. Sure. Why not?
And settle down and maybe have a kid or two.
And Douglas, you're also staying here for good, right?
Oh yeah, this is home for me now.
All right.
Yeah.
So any plans, long-term plans, get married,
Long-term plan is
kids,
just day to day.
day to day?
As long as I wake up
All right.
and I'm still in the Philippines and
Fair enough.
I'm still loving life.
Uh-huh.
I'm still healthy, and my money is still doing what I need for it to do. Then I've reached my goal.
Are you guys currently dating?
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
It's a hard thing to admit, but it's understandable why they would choose to go their own way. And that's what's scary, is there's actually a rational reason why they would do that.
Men going their own way. And you can think what you want about it, but this is a really big problem for women, for us, for our future, for families, for you to find a partner. If a population of good men are walking away because they're fed up with women.
If you're being told all your life that you are bad and wrong just for being a man, and that you have toxic masculinity for being a man, and that, you know, women, there's this famous expression that, you know, a woman needs a man just like a fish needs a bicycle. And that men are basically useless. And that men are terrible, and that, you know, women are superior.
Our society is very callous towards men. The only message most men hear in the world is that they're a bumbling buffoon. The TV shows are full of idiot men. Commercials show men as buffoons. The society is against them. All they hear about is what idiots men are.
It's the mass of women that are taking over the culture and representing women. They're loud. They're mean. They say they want equality. Why are they not protesting in the streets for the changing the laws for alimony or child support or child custody? Because they don't want equality. They want superiority.
The male gender has more of a slave state, and it's because men are now subjugated to the law and to women, and nobody really believes it except the men who go through, say, the court. But most men think that they're exempt from that until they end up in a bad situation.
So for a lot of the men, and a lot of them have gotten screwed over in terrible relationships and divorces, and gotten their kids taken away from them. So it's an understandable response.
In the United States of America, as a man, you can't speak up. I think most women tend to be I'm stereotyping, but they tend to be more collectivist. They tend to sort of be more in that socialist mindset. So I don't know that you're going to see a huge change. I think the change will have to come from men.
The lives of women will not change until the men get the opportunity to also examine and define and change their lives. In many ways, I sometimes think that the 20th century was the century where the women made all these massive changes, and the 21st century will be the changes that the men will make, partly in adapting to the changes that the women have done.
And those men are doing something about it. They're saying, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm not getting married, or I'm divorced. They don't sit around just trying to live their life through women. They actually have lots of hobbies. They go out, they buy that land you were talking about. They're out there getting motorcycles. They're having a good time, and they're enjoying life without having to deal with the stress of the women and the society that tells them they have to have a woman in their life.
How would you feel? I mean, you know, you're not going to feel that attracted to a woman or care to be loving towards her or romantic towards her. So this men going their own way is a reaction to that. I really think it's a rational reaction to that. Men are finally like, hey, we've given you all you want. You know, you are equal in every way, and then you're still shaming us.
Fire! Kosherclinician.
If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. Heaven and hell, that's what they told you. Real men put the strap down and we can toss them. Young heads picking back up and young dolphins. This is our culture. Now we talking kosher. Clinician, masculinity issues. Absent fathers who miss you. Mama drama don't kiss you. All a part of the ritual. This is how they get you. Separate the men, women, clipping babies pretend to. Damn. Lovers, haters, acting like vultures. If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. This is kosherclinician. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosherclinician. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosherclinician. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosherclinician. 7 wonders the whole world gotta listen. Listen.
All right, guys, I'm bringing to you live from the greatest state in the union, the Tar Heel State. And on tonight, I have my dear friend Sharon Lapu-Lapu, hailing from the great country of the Philippines. One would argue that when men don't get their needs met, from the clinical perspective, men begin to look for outcomes and solutions. We're going to use this show on tonight to help educate men and to help and more or less some answers to questions to single black men or white men that are listening about viable outcomes and viable solutions that those single men can use to get a potential traditional woman. Get your pens and paper ready, guys. I'm about to drop some fire for your mind on tonight. Let's do it.
Left it to the bank like ha 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 ha. Left it to the bank like.
Many times I ask the question, why are so many black men complaining on the internet about American women? Well, the questions will be answered on tonight as men begin to look for solutions, and Sharon Lapu-Lapu will be giving you guys the answers that you're looking for. What say you?
What she make like? I'm a star, got no stage fright. Please don't get me mad, I'm a nice guy. My baby say I'm cute, yeah, I'm tight fine. I be waking up when you go night-night. In a different zone with the time. Left it to the bank like ha 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 ha. Ooh, go. Left it to the bank like ha 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 ha. I got it in 10s, 20, 50, 100s, 10s, 20, 50, 100s, 10s, 20, 50, 100s, 10s, 20, 50, 100s. I get it, I flip it and continue. I've been going dumb, I've been going mental. Going up, I'm on another level. All black clothes like a medal. Little this and this, little Ricky. I got it in 10s, 20, 50, 100s, 10s, 20, 50, 100s, 10s, 20, 50, 100s, 10s, 20, 50, 100s.
All right. We're about to start a small technical issue, but we got Sharon Lapu-Lapu, and I count it a pleasure and an honor to have Sharon Lapu-Lapu on the stream. Sharon gets special privilege from me because Sharon is a Leo. She's a Leo like me, and we're gonna drop some fire for
your mind. The kosher clinician.
So Sharon, I want to talk to you, Sharon, because there are some single men in America that are looking for foreign women. They're going to the Philippines, they're going to Africa, they're going to Southeast Asia, and they're going wherever they need to go to find the women that can help them get the responses that they need. I equate, Sharon, women from the Philippines as a lotus flower. And and Sharon, I call them the lotus flower because of this, because the lotus flower falls under the genus Nalubo, which contains 2 living species of aquatic plants, both of them lotuses. These are Nelumbo nucifera. This is better known of the lotus. It's native to much of Asia, India, China, Vietnam. And it basically means that they are born in pain, the lotus flower is born in mud, but it comes out perfect. And that's a testament to the Philippine women. Men are looking for women that are resilient, women that have a mindset to serve, honor, and respect their husbands. And sadly, Sharon, in the West, some or many modern women don't understand the importance of duty and more or less building legacy and joining together with their husband, Sharon, to have the outcomes that could be sustainable long-term, not only for themselves, but also for their ancestry. So Sharon, before we start, tell the audience who you are. And I just gave you why you and the Philippines women are lotus flowers. So tell the people who you are and why, one, Philippine women could be potential mates for single men in America.
Okay, hi everyone. My real name is Sharon Buok Cavalier. I am coming 42 years old in 4 days. So, and I have 16 years old daughter, and my YouTube channel is Sharon Lapu Lapu. And my opinion, here in the Philippines, the women are very family oriented. And we are, family oriented, and we grow up in a very traditional, we grow up as a traditional woman because we follow that to our parents, and we take good care to our companion. And it doesn't matter to us either, even for to serve to our companion, even for to make a coffee, it doesn't matter for us.
Right, yeah. And Sharon, many times in America, men have to deal with things that are detriment to their mental health. I am a licensed clinical therapist. I have several degrees. And one of the things I see that's prominent not only in white men, but also black men, is the lack of cooperation from their women. From them not understanding what duty means and not understanding the need to respect and honor their men. I came up with 8 reasons why women from the Philippines can make great wives, but I think it's actually more. And I'm going to question you, Sharon, on today. Okay. And you're going to give us some insight to the single men that are trying to travel for wives or girlfriends, and why the Philippines could be a great option for single men. So the question is this, Sharon. We're going to get into it. I got some questions from you. So what does family means to Sharon Lapu Lapu? What does family mean? What does family mean to you?
Family is very meaningful to me because every time you have problem, it's only the family is always there. So me, on my opinion and on my own self, family first.
Okay, family first. Okay, all right, that was quick. All right. Why is family so vital to the Philippines, the Philippine economy, but also why is family so vital for survival? Because in America, some say they don't need men, but in the Philippines, women actually need their men. So why is family so important in the Philippines?
Because, if you don't have family, it's very boring if you live alone. Even if you have already, even if you are a single mom, but you don't have partner, it seems like very boring for me, in my opinion. But I don't know, and some other woman, but here it seems like you are not complete family if there is no father in the house. Because we have words to call here that father is I don't know how to say that. Father is the post of the house, and then mother is the light of the house.
Yes, right. And I think one of the greatest things, Sharon, that prevent families from growing is because some of the women don't understand their role. And I know in the Philippines embrace culture, but also the Philippines embrace faith in God. And consistent with theology, Sharon, the gospel says that the woman was made for the man, and the man's mission is to love his wife, protect his wife, and die for his wife if he have to. But what does a typical Filipino family look like, Sharon? What does it look like? And do Philippines women in general disrespect their husbands based on what you've seen?
There are some. I know that I've been encounter several problems, but there are some Filipino women, they don't they disrespect their partner, especially if they decide on her alone. But mostly the Filipino woman very respectful to their partner. But there are some Filipino women disrespectful to to their partner, but mostly they respect. We respect to our companion, because for me, we didn't decide the things that we are not consulting or we are not talking to our partner.
Right. And Sharon, I know people use the word partner has become universal. And the word partner actually came out of the LGBTQ movement. And so many people just use it in innocence. But I don't really believe in partnerships. I do believe in husband and wife. And partners in your country is more symbolic of husband and wife, where men and women work together. They understand what the role is. The man is the leader. The woman supports her husband. The man loves his wife, provides and protects his children, and they work together as a team. But here in America, in the West, a partnership means that the woman and the man can lead, and there's no clear delineation of who's the leader in the home and the leader in the family. In the Philippines culture, do men lead their families, or do the women lead the families in the Philippines?
The Philippines is the man who lead the family.
Right. Right.
And then it's only everything is positive, and then the wife is just only follow what the decision of the husband or the partner. And then especially if they are both together worker, the husband and wife, and then they have children, but the husband said, okay, I would like you to stay at home because I would like you to hands-on to take care of the children. So the woman stopped to her job just to take care of just to take care of their children. So we follow our partner. The man is the leader of the house.
Right. Congrats. And guys, based on what Sharon is saying to you single men that are listening, I did this intentionally. I count it an honor to have this conversation with Sharon. Because see, guys, some of the things that we talk about, people don't believe us. And Sharon, you're my witness. We didn't have any pre-conversation as it relates to these questions. These questions, Sharon have no knowledge of these questions. And I did this intentionally because people say, stop complaining and come up with solutions. Well, we're coming up with solutions. We're coming up with solutions. We're giving black men and white men in America, but mostly black men, the option to date. If they can't find their wife here, women from the Philippines, women from the continent of Africa, Southeast Asia, wherever they want to go, because men are looking for traditional women that follow them, respect them, and honor them. The value of a man, Sharon, what does that mean to you, the value of a man? Because sadly, many men that I talk to in practice feel like they're not valued. What does the value of a man mean to Sharon? But also, Sharon, what does it mean to the women in the Philippines?
Okay, man here in the Philippines is we give very, very value. They are very important to us. Husband, either local or foreigner, because that's what we are here. It's a traditional. And then we are very faithful also. It's very, very, very value to us to have a partner and to have a man in the house.
Yeah, that's powerful. I think a lot of men want to hear that conversation. And you're doing a great job, by the way. I knew you would because you're a Leo. You're a Leo like me. Shout out to my man. Yeah, go ahead, dear. Go ahead, Sharon.
Because the man is the strength of the house.
The man is what?
Is the strength of the house.
The man is the strength. You guys hear what Sharon said? Sharon said the man is the strength, the panda, the rooster, the rooster, the tiger of the house. The man is
here,
right.
Sir, here in the Philippines, for us Filipino people, or in our tradition, uh, the man is the king of the house, and the woman is the queen.
Right, right. And that's the way it's supposed to be. And I've always said, Sharon, that you can't have two heads in a family. It can only be one. But saying that women in the West don't understand their place, many will be by themselves unless they change. And sadly, liberal indoctrination has more or less been transmitted into the spirit of many modern women. Shout out to my man Gregory Scotland for the 10. He said, welcome, Sharon. He said, more men in the United States are seeking to expand their options in life. The passport movement is too strong now. More are looking for a long-standing, peaceful atmosphere. And that's a deal, right?
That's a
number one sponsor of the stream. Thank you, Gregory.
That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Got 5 on it.
Shout out to James Wingate for the 2. He said no partnership for me, but great talk. And I understand what James is saying because the word partnership it means two things with two different people. In the Philippines, partnership just basically means woman follow her husband. Partnership in the West means the man and the woman are equal and they both lead the family. But in the Philippines, a partnership is more akin to the woman respects her husband. The man is the final decision maker, but the man allows his woman to give input. The man allows his wife to be part of the decision making, but the man is the final decision maker. In an egalitarian relationship, which is part of the liberal dogma that we have in America, many times the woman says, I don't have to follow what you say. I'm going to make a decision because they say we're equal. But here's the problem. They want equality of opportunity, but they don't want equality of outcome. They want equality when it's necessary or when it benefits them, but they don't want equality when it comes down to the rigor of being a man. So that's the succinct difference, James Perry, and thank you for the 2. Shout out to my man, The Quiet Storm. He said for tonight's therapy session, partnership is not an option. I'm the leader and she's the helpmeet. There is zero negotiation in the hierarchy. Either be on board with me or be gone from my eyesight, no doubt. And that's a deal, right?
That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Got 5 on it.
He said that, but women don't want a man that's been ran through. And we'll talk about that. So Sharon, you understand what the guys are saying. Basically what they mean is that I understand what you're coming from in your country. Yours is innocent. But men want wives. They want a wife, and they want to be the leaders in their families. And so it's fair to say that in the Philippines, a man can get that. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, because we don't we don't want to give our companion, our husband, stress, so the family or relationship is successful. And I would like to say this in advance that viewers come to the Philippines and find a truncality woman, and because here in the Philippines the woman is the execution of his guidance.
Boom, I like that. The woman is the execution of his guidance. So basically what Sharon is saying is that the man is the president, the woman is the vice president, and the children are the secretary. So shout out to James Wingate. He said, Sharon, will most Philippine women be okay moving to America or stay at home? I know most would want to stay in Philippines and husband move there. What's your take on that, Sharon?
Okay, it's depend of the Filipino woman, because we Filipino woman, we don't have the same way of thinking. So it's depend of the Filipino woman, but mostly there are some Filipino women they really would like to to move to the place, I mean the country of their companion. But if ever their companion would like to stay here in the Philippines, so it's okay for us, no problem, as long as what is the decision of our partner or of our companion, we just follow everything on that, and then we respect of what is his decision.
Right. Respect. Sharon, I want to ask you another question. This is going to be good. I told you I was going to be autopilot. All you had to do is let me drive the plane, and you can sit back and drink some iced tea. But why do women in your country value American men? Why are American men valued in the Philippines, Sharon?
This is only my opinion, because foreigner or foreign men are very respectful, caring, and family. I mean, they think also of their partner, and mostly they are sweet, caring, understanding, and that's why. Because there are also some local, but mostly now some local are influence of the friendship. I mean, the male friends. So mostly now, I didn't say this in generalize, but mostly now here in the Philippines, local Filipino are very irresponsible.
Oh,
But the
really?
foreigner is not like that. Yeah, the foreigner are not like that. So here, more on, there are some local Filipino irresponsible, and because they want traditional family, and we fulfill the rule. That's why.
Okay, great answer. So the Quiet Storm said that I know my question may be a little harsh, Sharon, but Sharon, we are really kind. I dated a Filipino woman here in America, and she was great. We were just in two different areas, and the long distance couldn't work. So basically, he had a good relationship with Philippine women. We're gonna talk about the Ita or the Negritos at some point too, because there are people in the Philippines that have African lineage, but also the Philippines have a phenotype consistent with Spaniard or Spanish lineage as well. Your last name, Cuvier, sounds French. Or is
No,
is it Latin?
exactly. Yeah, exactly. My deceased husband is from Belgium,
Mm-hmm.
and then he is living in the western part of Belgium, which is close to the boundary of France. So that's why he spoke French, but he passed away last 2020.
Right. I'm sorry
And
to hear that. Right.
we are an LDR relationship. I was in LDR relationship with my husband even
Right.
before, and then after get married 6 years, after get married 6 years, that we don't meet to each other in person again until he passed away.
Sharon, Chris Brown made a song called These Hoes Ain't Loyal. But in the Philippines, I listened to your story, and you were in a long distance relationship, and you were loyal to your husband based on what you said in the story. You were loyal even though you were miles away. How do you deal with temptation, Sharon, even though there was a long distance relationship? You guys were hours away, and you guys were long distance for years. But what made you stay loyal and faithful to your husband even though you guys were separated?
Because I grew up, like what I said earlier, I grew up in a traditional family, and then my family value their husband, so that's what I did. Also, I saw it to my mom, how she is faithful to my father, and also to my auntie, my grandmother. So that's why they always told to me that better to be faithful. And actually, and honestly, when we were separated, I mean, when I was separated with my deceased husband, sometimes I went to a bar with friends, and then suddenly there was a foreigner came, or the waiter came, that mom, there is that foreigner would like to join you, and then he really would like to know your name. But I often told to myself, no, I don't want to make bad, or I don't want to make bad in my marriage. I don't want to stain on my marriage, and I don't want to stain on my reputation as a wife and also as a woman. So when he came, I told to him directly, you can join us, but for me, I introduce you my name. But I'm gonna tell to you, I am married and I have a husband, but you can join us. I tell to them directly that yeah, because I want to be faithful, because that's what I grow.
Right,
The
right.
family I grow.
Yeah, yeah, that is very honorable, Sharon. Sharon, is it fair to say that in general, Asian women in your country, and I know all women in Philippines are not the same, but in general, are Philippine women loyal to the men they love? In general,
Yeah, there are some Filipino women are very loyal to their companion, but there are some women doesn't loyal to their companion. I don't know. Maybe it's their maybe because there is animal inside us. I know that there is animal inside us, but I think if you can control yourself, you can control yourself. But if you want to be on temptation, if you want to be on temptation, you can. But if you stay positive and you are strong, and the love that you have to your partner is strong, you cannot do, or even you see a handsome guy, but if you are faithful, you cannot do. So you must also only think, oh, my husband is handsome than him. So but mostly there are some Filipino women that they are not they cannot resist the temptation, because it happened to me. One of my friend, I had a friend of mine, male friend, and then he is working as a seafarer outside of the country, outside of the Philippines, but his wife has an affair on another guy.
oh, I see. Gotcha. Hold tight. Hold tight. All right. So shout out to my man Salty Balls. He says, "Song of Holloman board, thine iron chariots and shod thy feet upon the archipelago of King Philip. Take to the bosom of foreign wives, enter thy fruits of thy line to these beautiful maidens." And that's a deal, right?
Deal,
I
right? That's a
appreciate it.
deal, right? That's the deal, right?
Thank you,
That's
Salty
a
Balls.
bet, right?
It's the money.
Sharon, what makes a woman in the Philippines fall in love with a man? What makes Filipino women fall in love with a man?
As long as the men are kind, honest, faithful, respectful, and family oriented, that's, and then very caring and loving.
Gotcha. So that's the number one thing. Black men in the Philippines. Do Philippine women love black men? And if so, why do they love black men so much? For the single men that are listening.
Okay, black man, because black man is much more nice.
Oh, really?
I didn't say that in general, ha. I didn't say this in general, but mostly, mostly I encounter problems here in the Philippines, that there are some. I sorry to tell this, but I didn't say this in generalize for the foreign men, but I saw some incident here in the Philippines, that there are some white men who are very arrogant.
Right, right, right. And so, guys, y'all heard what Sharon said. You guys hear what Sharon said, and this has been confirmation based on what we already knew, that not only are black men the most egalitarian, but black men tend to be very kind. And guys, that's due to the socialization of being born in a matriarchy. White men have more status privilege. Black men have had to learn to circumnavigate. And so Sharon said that black men tend to be more kind. What else about black men, Sharon, makes Philippine women fall in love with black men? Now, besides being kind, is it the chocolate skin? Is it the height? Is it the voice? Is it the masculinity? What would you say?
No, I think their attitude and their personality. I know that mostly that both side, even if you have even if you have kids from the from white people, either white or black, they have a nice result. But what I know now is, because of the behavior and attitude of the black people, and then mostly black people, if you meet them also in the street, they just only smile and say hello, and humorous and pleasant.
Pleasant. Right. Thank you, Sharon. So Charles Curry said, and guys, in the future, if you got a question for Sharon, send a Cash App or a super chat. If you guys got a question for Sharon, send a Cash App or a super chat. But I'll read this for you, Charles. He says, so Miss Sharon, there's a difference between Philippine women that stay near military base versus those ones that stay more inland. Like, can you tell the difference between an Americanized lady versus one that's tradition raised from the Philippines?
Because here in the Philippines, traditional woman is like, we just if we have our partner, for us it's okay if we don't go to vacation, or we stop what we gonna do when we are single. So, and we don't care if we don't go to the disco or something. So as we just focus on our partner and we focus on the house.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. Shout out to Theo Wow for the 5. He said Filipinas are nearly perfect. They are entirely loving, kind, feminine, and etc. And they are wonderful mothers. You will enjoy this always. Go marry. And you're a dynamite, Theo. Thank you, sir.
You got the number right.
What do you say about women in the Philippines that are divorcing their husbands in America, Sharon?
Excuse me, sir?
What would you say about the women in the West, women from the Philippines that come to America and they are divorcing their white husbands at a record number? What would you say about that?
Could you repeat?
Can you say it?
Yeah, can you repeat again the question?
So he said, I'm seeing Filipinas divorcing their white men left and right after 20 years or more in the States. And a lot of these marriages were forced.
Yeah, you know that there are some Filipino women also use the foreigner for them to go to the U.S. and then after when they receive their American citizen, so they will divorce, which is for me not good, because it's not good to use people to get your ambition. If you want to get your ambition or to get your goal, just reach it on your own self, not to use people.
The word submission, Sharon, is such a dirty word here in the West because people don't understand that submission is a duality where men and women submit to one another. In the vows years ago, Sharon, when they got married, they said honor and obey. What does submission and obedience mean to women in the Philippines? What does that mean?
Here, submissive, we doesn't care. I mean, we don't care about the word submissive, because as a Filipino woman and traditional woman, it doesn't matter on us if we are submissive or if we even when they called as a maid to our companion, it doesn't matter to us, because we Filipino women, we are very happy to serve or to take care of our companion.
Right.
And yeah, and then I just want to tell you that because white men, I mean, the earlier before about what I said, I just add on that, because white men sometimes switch and cheat on her, and sometimes she created on him as well. It's because case by case basis. That's why. Yeah,
Gotcha.
because last month I saw a foreigner in Rafi Tulpo, white guy, and then they got married with a Filipina, but he has relationship with a sister of his wife.
Gotcha. The Quiet Storm said, question, Sharon, did your father play a role in your upbringing from girl to lady? And if yes, how do you think it impacted you?
It's very intact for me because yeah, my father play a very big role to me because he shown me how to be a good person. And then that's I grow I that's why I am like this. I am kind, but sometimes kindness turn into other people, I don't know what to say, taken for granted your kindness. And yeah, I grew up on that family, and my father play a very real a role to upgrade up bringing me from a girl to a lady because they guide us and they guide me.
Okay, if a man is looking for a wife in the Philippines, in your opinion, this is your opinion, what part of the Philippines should a man go to, these single men that are trying to find wives, Sharon, what part of the Philippines should they go to get the best wife?
Okay, everywhere in the Philippines. Everywhere in the Philippines, because everywhere in the Philippines you can find a nice and traditional Filipina mostly. But you must be very careful to the woman who you are with because I didn't say that in general actually, but there are some Filipina women are scammers. So you must be very careful. You can find Filipina everywhere in the Philippines, but you must be very careful.
Okay, talk about that. Talk about being, so what are some of the things that foreign men need to understand about when it comes down to being careful? Because we know that foreign women are not perfect. We're going to talk about what men should look for from foreign women. You talked about it in part, Sharon. We know the foreign women are not perfect. They're still human, and they're still subject to their nature as well. But what should foreign men look out for, Sharon, if they come to the Philippines looking for wives? What should they look out for?
There are look for kind. I mean, very you can if you getting to know more about the Filipina because the more you getting to know more about her, you can realize that okay, she is kind, she is like that, she is different. But I make it sure to you that for single out there or the foreigner out there who really reaching Filipina, asked her as Sanamar. That's the one thing first you must tell to her, get a sendumar for you to be sure that she is a single because mostly there are some Filipino women that even they have live-in partner or they are married, but it seems like okay, I'm gonna do this for my family because the income of my husband is not so enough. So but the husband that didn't know, or he doesn't know what his wife doing. And then that's what, and then you can find woman everywhere, but you must be very careful because, and I just want to tell you that don't, if you have Filipino girlfriend, just talk to her family and friends so that you will know what you will have update about her because, and don't give so much also money to Filipina because the more you give, the more she thinks that you can afford what she really wants to have, and she more think that you are rich.
Also, basically, don't go to the Philippines
Yeah.
simping. Don't go over there simping and lead them with your wallet.
Yeah.
All right. Sharon, in America, many men go through sexist marriages. As a licensed therapist, a lot of men feel like they have to fight and jump through hoops to have sex with their wives. You're a woman of faith. I know you grew up in church. And the Bible said that your body is not your own, and neither is the man body his own. You guys become one flesh, and you should never use your body as a weapon, Sharon, to deny your husband according to the scripture, which is to do benevolence. So many men, Sharon, I see are in marriages where the women say, oh, I don't want to give you sex because I'm tired or I had to work and all that goofy stuff. We're going to get into it about love, duty, and sex in a marriage and what American men can look for when they come down to intimacy with his wife. So, do men have to beg their wives for sex in the Philippines in general, based on what you know?
No, here, for me, on my experience, yeah, when me and my husband was been together, my body is only for him, and he can access me 24/7 if he wanted, because here, Filipino woman, we are like, we don't really want that our companion or partner are disappointed. So every time if he wanted, go, we just it's okay for us.
Okay, cool. So basically, whether you have to work, whether you're tired, you always strive to make sure you take care of your husband sexually.
Yes.
All right, next question. If a man is paying bills, hardworking, and taking care of his family, should sex be negotiated? This man pays for bills, he take care of his family. I know men that do it, Sharon, but they got to negotiate sex, or the woman to say, well, it's my body, because in the West, feminism is so strong, and they have to negotiate having sex with their wife. But talk about that real quick, Sharon. Go ahead.
Okay, here in the Philippines, like the if the guy or the partner who pay all the bills or something, there is no negotiation of sex. Even if you don't give me money, or even if you don't, okay, we can do it. We are very understanding. No negotiation happened, because we are very forgiving, and Filipina are very ready 24/7.
Oh, call the Philippines the 7-Eleven. Y'all listen. She said the 7-Eleven, Philippines always ready to go. And
Yes, 24/7.
and I agree with men. When you travel abroad, once again, women are universally the same in general. The only difference between women in foreign countries is that they have been led and they have been conditioned to respect and honor their men. Sharon talked about scammers in the Philippines. We're gonna get deeper into it, but they have been have been conditioned to take care of their men. The same knowledge you have about women in the West, you're gonna take that knowledge abroad, because if you don't, if you let your guard down, there was a song, Sharon, back in the day called "Sucker for Love," and they can become a sucker for love, Sharon. Yeah, they become suckers for love, Sharon. You know, they go over to the Philippines and get a taste of that femininity, some of that good old Philippine food, and getting unlimited yum yum. They turn to simps, and we don't want to be simps in the Philippines. I'm Sharon. I would ask you another question. Men that lead with their wallets in the Philippines, how do women treat men that lead with their wallets instead of making a woman earn her way in that relationship?
You mean a guy who has less income?
He has a lot of money, but he doesn't make his woman earn it. He just gives money, always giving money, give, but never make her earn it.
Yeah, there are some Filipina like, oh, it's okay. It's okay if he is willing. If he is willing, but if he said that, okay, I'm gonna, even if he's rich, but he give just only a little allowance, so no problem for us. And it's his willing, or it's his decision to give allowance, and he wanted to the guy to the woman not to work. So for us, no problem. We agree. And if there is rich people there, even if you are rich, but don't give more to your
Right,
Filipina woman.
right.
Don't give more.
Will a woman take advantage of a man if he give, or she won't take?
Yes, there are some Filipino women take advantage. So they say to themselves that, okay, I'm gonna ask more, because the more you give more to them, the more they think and to buy things that even if it's not important, and they are more on buying expensive things.
Interesting.
It can make change. It can make you their attitude, because the more you give, the more they change their attitude. And then if the time will come that you will give her less, maybe the time will come that she will rob your wallet. And then because she has the time, it's a long time that you give her so much money. So the more on you give, and then after suddenly you change, so she cannot resist that. Why she give me less, like not like before, so maybe I'm gonna take money from his wallet. So it can happen. It can happen because money here in the Philippines, it can change the attitude of the personality.
Right. Shout out to my man Vanden Van. He said, salute to you for asking the right questions. Amazing topic. And that's a deal, right? Thank you, sir.
That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Got 5 on it.
You know, Sharon, men love feminine women. Men love women that take care of them in the bedroom, but also men love women that smell good right before they become intimate. How many showers do the women in the Philippines take on average daily? And do women dress up and look pretty for their men before they're intimate?
Yes. We take shower either, if 3 times a day possible, we can, but mostly 2 times a day, morning and evening before to go to bed. And I just would like to additional for this question that remember, we are poor here, but we are poor here in the Philippines, but don't overload or attitude change. So don't change the attitude of your Filipino woman. So don't give more. Here we take a shower 2 times a day, and then we will we are like, we are body conscious, and we take care of ourself, and to be look so sexy or more sexy to our partner. And sometimes honestly, it's my experience, because I have we after shower in the evening and go to bed, we wear very sexy dress for to tempt our companion.
Sounds like a Leo. Sounds like a Leo. So listen, Sharon, guys, is single, and I think Sharon is single and ready to mingle. Are you single? Are you single, Sharon?
Yeah, I am a widow and single, and you are right, ready to mingle.
So some of you single men that are looking for a good wife, I think you'll get a good one to Sharon. Sharon, will ask you the next question. How does a woman in your country seduce a man, husband / boyfriend? How does a woman seduce a man in your country? How does she seduce him?
Okay, here we wear sexy dress, and then sometimes, because we like long hair, and then if he is there, we just only make like this on beside on him, and then sometimes we make like this, or sometimes we dance sexy dance in front of them.
You funny.
Yeah, and wearing only wearing short, or and then we must just only caress, or find a way so that he can be ready, and he want to have on bed. And because feminine behavior is the best attraction. So even if you are sexy, wearing just only sexy dress, so and then walking sexy, will attract in you. So that's what we did, or seduce our companion or boyfriend. And wearing sexy dress, of course, to make him excitement.
So Sharon, I would ask you a question, and I need you to be honest. We're gonna talk about, because it's gonna get deep. When it comes, Sharon, when it comes down to to like racism. Is racism strong in the Philippines? Because listen, I know that it might not be racism. It's probably more nationalism. In the Philippines, you guys tend to be more nationalist, meaning you guys respect your country. And so whether a person is white or black, if they disrespect the women in their country, they can be dealt with. So it's not race, I don't think. I think it's nationalism first. What's your take on that, white or black? If a white or black American disrespect women in the Philippines, are those people dealt with in a fast and furious manner?
Yes, if there is a foreign people who disrespect Filipina, and then it's over, the Filipina can file a case or can go to immigration and then say this guy is speaking not good to me, and then because here in the Philippines there are society who defend women, which is Gabriela, and then there is other else. So, and here, no, here in the Philippines, only foreigners bring it here, but we have no reference, but preference. But yes, it can happen to you, so you must be very careful, even if you are in the Philippines. But if you are overload to disrespectful Filipina, yeah, you can be out of the country. Possible.
Right. So basically, the men in your country would jack up white or black men if they disrespect the women. It's not necessarily a race thing, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So let's talk about the next question. If a man becomes impotent to his Filipino woman, is she still loyal to him?
What is empathy? Sorry, because I am not a very good English speaker.
All right. Hold on. I'm going to tell you in a minute. All right. Okay, so you know what a rooster is, right?
Roaster?
A rooster.
Yeah.
So a rooster is like, that's a rooster. But this is a limp noodle.
Okay.
Limp noodle. So rooster, so basically he can't make love to his wife anymore. So if he can't make love to his Filipino wife,
okay.
Is she loyal or does she cheat?
It's depend of the situation, and it's depend of the woman. If you are faithful to your companion, it's okay, because sex is we need it because we are human. Even animal need it. Okay, we need it, but sex is not such a very most important things in the relationship. But the more important is the love and happiness that you are together. And here, for me, on my opinion, I will do what I can to make him satisfied. I mean, his libido. But if it doesn't matter to me if no sex. But for me, just only hugging, sleeping together, that's enough. And the love is still there. And you live happily. Yeah. It's for me no matter, but there are some Filipino women, they cannot resist without that, but not all.
Right. So in general, you would say Philippine women tend to be loyal to their men in general.
Yes.
Okay.
And me to all guys out there, no problem for me if you don't have libido. I can deal.
well, I don't know, Sharon. They always say they always say, Sharon, once you go black, you never go back. So have you ever dated a black man?
Not yet, but that's what my maybe.
Yeah, once you go black, Sharon, you'll never go back. So you're gonna be in for some fun. Shout out to B&Z Network for the two. He said planning to move to Sambonga City in Bati, Sharon. I don't know what that is, but
Hello, lucky person. You got the number right, because you are talking to Kid a Dynamite. pure dynamite.
So Sharon, women in the Philippines take care of their family. Many times they take care of their extended family. Men and women here in the West, white or black, it don't matter the color, they say they can't be feminine because they have to work, Sharon. But I want you to explain to the audience why in your country, not only do the women work, take care of their family, and the men work and take care of the family, the women still are feminine. Is it true that women in the Philippines work hard, but are still friendly, kind, and loving to their husbands?
Yes, exactly. And here, if there are some Filipino women who have foreigner companion, they would like to earn their money because they want to use their own salary for to give to their for to give to their parents, and then they don't ask to their companion.
Okay, all right.
And it's all, yeah, it's all about tradition and culture.
Right. So are women in the Philippines still feminine, even if they have an argument? So say you and your husband have an argument. Do you walk around with your mouth poked out, or do you get over it
No.
and still be kind to your husband?
Be kind, because here, even if we are like tampo, right? It's upset, but it's depend on the situation. But there are some Filipino women that they really would like the upset takes a long time, which is not so good. So for me, in my opinion, better that if you are in relationship, if your partner is on the fire, so you will be on the calm. Because if you are both on the fire, it will become big fire. So there is one person who can be there will be one person who will be calm. Because here, we don't there are some Filipino women that we don't take that our companion to be upset or like that, so we fix it as much as we can or earlier, because they said that sometimes we don't make any problem or upset, because if we upset, there will be no bad happen.
So you're funny. So Sharon, so are you saying?
Because sir, here in the Philippines, sometimes people said, oh, okay, they are they upset to each other, but if they get okay to each other, it's a very big it's a very big surprise on the bed, so they will become there will be a very big happened on the bed.
I'm confused. Explain, Sharon.
Yeah. Okay, because here in the Philippines, sir, there are some people, especially if they say couple that angry to each other or don't talk to each other, and then suddenly okay, you are upset to each other, so no bad happened. That's right, no bad
Oh,
happened, no love.
gotcha.
Yeah, no bad happened or no love happened on the bed. But after when that people saw that they are together or they are talking together, they are caring to each other, so they said, oh, it will be a big fire on the bed tonight because you are good now. So they think that the romance is much more exciting after argument finish.
Makeup sex.
Fire for your mind. The kosher
You're right.
clinician.
All right. So James Turner said, okay, Sharon, I'm on my way to choose you, and that's on Manila. What are some of the signs that you or other Filipinos do to let men know that you are interested? Are Filipino women more forward, Sharon?
Okay, for me, I don't want to compare myself, or I don't want a competition of to other Filipino women. But for me, I know myself, and maybe I have some advantage to them because I am kind, faithful, loving, caring, and family oriented and traditional Filipina. And me, family first. I mean, not exactly family, but me, if I have parents, right? I have parents, but if I have my own family is the first and the second is my parents. That's my that's the way I am. And kind, I am kind, I am so very kind. If I cannot resist if there is people who needs help. If I have something to help, I really would like to help, and I feel happy to help other people who really needs help. But I just made a limit, because there are some people who are overload on your kindness, and then I really don't like that. And I don't like selfish people, because I am not like that.
Right. Respect. Sergeant Horn said, I'm well traveled and 58 years old. If I married again, I'm not interested in young women. I prefer a woman 45 to 50. What is the likelihood of meeting a woman in this age, open to marriage and relocating to the United States, Sharon? And that's a deal, right?
That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Got 5 on it.
All right, Sharon, you can answer the question. Go ahead, ma'am.
And before that, the first question, before I just add on that, and then so me, I would smile, and I would smile at him generously, and because they said that my smile is much more attractive. So me, I will not marry, not interested. Yeah, 45, either 40 or 38. There are 38 years old who are very mature to think, and traditional woman also. But for me, 45, it's up to you if what age of woman you really would like to be with your partner. I mean, to become your partner. It's all up to you. But here in the Philippines, there are 38 years old or 35 years old who are matured and family oriented and serious and kind, nice person.
Okay, excellent. You've done a great job, Sharon. I knew you would, because you are a Leo like me. You're the lioness, tigress. So, Sharon, I'm gonna ask you another question. And you got an A so far. You got an A+ so far, Sharon. And then we're gonna go into some clips. We're gonna go down the rabbit hole, and we're gonna get deeper into the Philippine culture. In the Philippine culture, do the women serve their husband first, or do they serve their children first?
Husband first. Husband.
Right.
Yeah, husband.
Thank you.
First.
Thank you, dear.
Husband
Yes, ma'am.
first, because
Thank you.
yeah, husband first, and then after the children.
And so, Sharon, why in your culture is it important to serve your husband first? Because here in America, they don't believe in serving their husband. In America, Sharon, they say you grown. I got to take care of my kids first. And why is it so important to serve your husband first in your culture, Sharon?
I really don't know. I just only answer what I grown, because since for our ancient people or old people, that's what they did to their husband. So we follow that. It's our culture, and we adore it. And as for us, we feel so happy, or we show more love to our companion or to our husband, because here, yeah, that's what we grown, and then it's our culture and it's our tradition here.
Okay,
Because
excellent.
even I had a grandmother who is 75 years old, and when her husband still alive, he still served coffee. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's powerful. So, guys, once again, to the single men that are looking for wives, the Philippines will be a great option. And there are countries in Africa that could be good options. And also in South America, Sharon, because I want to see these young men that are single, Sharon, get good wives. They work hard. They're blue-collar men. They're white-collar men. And here in America, Sharon, the women in the West look down on blue-collar men. Sharon, I said that they would call Jesus Dusty if he was living in America. And so hold tight. I was in a movie. You're going to laugh at this. And hold tight, Sharon.
When you date a woman and she may be a potential wife, it's a competition thing all the way. I can't take it no more.
They feel propped up because they feel more beholden to the government. And then their man comes second. That's why they figure that they're strong, independent, don't need no man because they have the government.
Because the men are failing us, to be honest. Guys thinking about themselves and they'll think about you after you react.
You don't hear anything about being good wives and all the other stuff. What you hear is you strong and you independent. You can do it on your own. You got black girl magic, black girl rock, but you ain't said nothing about black family.
My mother is like what they consider to be the strong black woman. I feel like I projected that onto the guys that I dated.
Ladies have no idea how stiff their competition really is. You have no clue how black men are viewed in the rest of the world. We are the #1 most sexually desired man on the face of this planet.
They would call Jesus Dusty if he was here living in America because of the gross narcissism that a lot of our women have. Sharon, in America, they would call Jesus Dusty because in America, you got to have copious amounts of money to get basic respect. I want you to tell the audience, Sharon, or explain to the audience, if only men with money get respect in the Philippines, or your occupation doesn't really matter, all men in the Philippines are respected by their women.
No, even if the Filipino woman or even the man has no money, or woman or man has no money, the respect is still there.
Oh, wow. So you're saying in your country, Sharon, that you don't have to make a lot of money to get respect from a woman?
No, but there are some Filipino people that respect to a rich, but not all. But mostly here in the Philippines, rich or poor, but the respect are still there.
Wow. So guys, you hear that. You guys hear it for yourselves. That women in the Philippines respect their men. In America, if you make $45,000, you're seen as a nobody. If you make six figures, you'll get basic respect. So basically, Sharon, here in the West, they say you can't get respect from a woman unless you make a certain amount of money. They'll tell a man he got to pay all their bills, but they don't cook, they don't clean, they barely get sex. And that's why men are looking for women in foreign countries. Let me ask you a question. Does cooking and cleaning make a woman a slave in the Philippines, Sharon?
No, it's not slavery here in the Philippines because that's our responsible. That's our duty, and that's our responsible to work ethic.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Excellent.
That's the responsible of a wife.
Right. Because see, in America, Sharon, they say I can't be in my femininity because I got to work. And they say if they cook a man a meal, Sharon, it makes them a slave. And they say, I'm not serving a man. But watch this, Sharon. The men still provide. They do their jobs as husbands. But American men, Sharon, have been so broken mentally that the basic things in your country is normal. So cooking and cleaning is just part of life. It doesn't make a man a slave to treat his wife good. Is that fair to say? Treat his man good. Is that fair to say?
Yes, and here in the Philippines, even we cook dish and then our companion is not yet ready to eat. So we made laundry, and then if our companion ready to eat, we stop to make the laundry and then we prepare the food.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Sharon, you became married. If your husband's working, do you cook your husband breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Oh yes, of course. Even coffee in the morning, even for to prepare the towel of after he is on the shower. Yes, if he agreed that me who brush his teeth, it's okay. I'm gonna do it.
Oh wow. And guys, y'all heard that. So some of y'all single men, Sharon is single and ready to mingle. What does femininity, Sharon, mean to you? What does femininity mean to you, Sharon? What does it mean to you?
Feminism is very important because you can show there as a woman, and uh, you can do anything you want, and to be with your companion. And feminism is very, very important for me.
You mean femininity, not feminism.
Okay, feminine.
Don't say feminism.
Feminine is just like would like to being a woman and wife.
Your femininity. I know it's hard to say.
Yeah,
femininity. It's okay. All right. So Sharon, in your country, right? If a woman disrespect her husband in public, if a woman get in his face, wagging her finger, what happens to a woman for publicly disrespecting her husband, hitting her husband, or wagging her finger at her husband? What happens, Sharon, to those women in your country?
To those women here in the country, is she will receive a criticism from the Filipino people. So the Filipino people think bad about her. And even if she hurt to the foreigner, and then the neighbor can see that, so the neighbor can complain also for that, and they can go to the police for that.
Oh wow! So the man can put it in jail.
Not that they don't put on the jail, but they try to speak to the woman that why you do that. So the policeman will try to find a way what is the reason. But if the Filipino woman have sinned or made a mistake, so the policeman trying to fix them all together. But if ever the foreigner would like to file a case against her, so he can.
Sharon, faith is very important to you. And also, we're going to talk about promiscuity in your country. So we're going to talk about faith, promiscuity, and women having children out of wedlock in your country. In your country, Sharon, are women that sleep with multiple men frowned upon in your country? Is it frowned upon for women to have many sexual partners in your country?
Here it happened, yeah, but I don't really know about that matters. But there are some foreigner also doing that here.
Right. But I guess what I'm saying, is it frowned upon? Is it something that's normal, or you don't see it a lot?
I don't see that a lot here. I don't see it a lot here. But I just only stay at home, and I don't care of the business of other people.
But you don't do that. You don't do that.
Yeah, I don't do that. I really don't do that, because it's their life, and then I don't know about that matter. But there are something happened that here.
So in your country, you don't believe in booty calls. You believe in companionship.
Yeah, because like what I said on my video, I don't take the booty calls.
No booty calls. Only companionship, right?
Yeah. But it happens here, but it is bad to have several partners. It's really, really bad, because if you have about partners, several partners, it's not good. It seems like you looks like a prostitute on that, and it seems like you are not clean, and then not all the guy will respect you if they know that you have several partners before. No, I think they disrespect you if they will know it. And for me, in my opinion, it looks like you are not clean.
Oh, right. So I see your point. So it's like you defile your body, right? Letting multiple men use your body.
Yes.
Right. Top Gum said, good show tonight, Silky Black. Femininity is on display to the fullness. Salute to the great guests and to know for the show. So basically, he gave you a compliment.
Thank you.
He gave you a compliment. He said you are very feminine. And that's fire for your mind, Top Gun.
Fire for your mind. The kosher clinician.
The next question, Sharon, I want to ask. You're doing a great job.
Okay,
sorry.
excuse me, because if you have several partners, it can cause you a disease.
It can cause a what?
Disease.
Oh, what do you mean by disease? Explain.
This is like STD, or it can have
Oh,
you
disease.
an HIV. Yeah, disease. It can
Right.
have you STD, and it can have you an HIV on that.
Oh,
And the
right,
end,
right.
regret will be on the end, right?
So having kids out of wedlock without a husband, is that frowned upon in your country, Sharon, to have multiple kids out of wedlock in your country? Is that frowned upon in the Philippines?
No, because here in the Philippines, child or kids are very important to us.
No, but what I'm asking, women that have a bunch of babies without having a husband, women that have
Yes, single mother.
baby, single mothers, yes.
Yeah, it happened here, but it's depend of the woman. But there are some women who have, it happens here always, but there are some women who have 2 kids or 3 kids and different guy. It happens here.
Right, but what I'm asking is it women that have kids without husbands, is that a bad thing in your country?
No, it's not.
So in the Philippines, if a woman have a baby, have many children, never ring on her finger, no husband, that's okay in your country?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay here because it happened here. It happened here, but
Okay.
there are some judgment. There are some judgment to people, but that woman doesn't care of the judgment as long as they don't ask or begging money to them for to feed their children. So no problem here. It's happened here. Yeah, it's happened here.
Okay, all right. What does faith mean to you, Sharon? Faith. What does faith mean to you? I know the Philippines is mostly Catholic, but some are Protestant. What does faith mean to you in the Philippines? Faith.
Faith.
God.
Okay, faith.
God.
Yeah. We are very religious here. That's why there are some Filipino women here that they make a baby after marriage, and then marriage here is very important there, especially church wedding, because we are very faith to God and we are very religious.
So
Mostly,
go ahead.
Okay, the parents said, okay, if their children find a companion, and then the parents said, okay, I would like you to be married in the church to have God blessing.
Gotcha. I see your point. Great point. And you're doing a great job, by the way, Sharon. I want to show you something, Sharon. And if you could think of anything else single men that are looking for wives need to know in order to get a Philippine wife, I want you to tell the audience, Sharon, anything else you can think of for men that are looking for wives from the Philippines.
Now you can come over here. Either you go and dating website, but you must be very careful. But for you to be sure, you can come over here and find, like what I said, tranquility woman, traditional woman, and you can search it in your own way, because everywhere in the Philippines, even in the market, you can find it.
Okay, all right, Sharon, we're going to break this one down. Shout out to El Guapo of Beautiful Lives, guys. Y'all can go on Christian Filipina. Guys, go subscribe to his channel. I thought he did a great job with this particular clip. And while so many American men are getting wives from the Philippines, Sharon, so we're going to break this down, and we're going to break it down and get some insight. So hold tight.
I'm proud to present to you kosherclinician.com. kosherclinician.com is the #1 dating service, helping singles find potential life partners by offering services that are safe and filled with members who share traditional values. Now, here's what I know about Filipino women. They are loyal. They are devoted. They aren't real big on the huge gifts. They're more about the small, meaningful things. And they love dating Western men. I have a good buddy of mine that I've known since college that's married to a Filipino woman, and she's always stayed fit, feminine, and friendly. So here's what I want you to do. Step outside of the matrix. I want you to go down to the link below First link in the description. Also, I'm going to pin it as the first comment in the top of the comments. Use that link. Let them know that El Guapo sent you.
We know to have nothing, and so we are appreciative in life. We are grateful, and we appreciate every penny that our men make.
So Sharon, I want to ask you a question, dear. What do you say to the critics that say, oh, they just want American men for green cards and they just want American men for money? Because my argument would be all women want money, which is, every woman wants a man that has money. But what do you say to the critics about green cards? They say, oh, they just want you for green cards. They don't love you. What's your take on that, Sharon?
Green card that they don't
Green card basically means they're just trying to get to America. They don't really love you. They just want to come to America and take your money.
Yeah, that's why first of all, I would like to shout out to Mr. Beautiful Lies El Guapo. He is in Thailand now. I saw his video and we are communicate and I interview him also, and thank you for that. So here, like what I said earlier, sir, that there are some Filipina just only wants the foreigner, use the foreigner so that they can go to US and to have green card. Must be. There are some. It happened. It
happens, right.
It happened. Yeah. For them to have American visa and then because it's hard to go to US. So if ever they find a companion or if ever, okay, I'm gonna chat this or maybe I'm gonna he will marry me and then after because mostly I heard it from other people that if you there are Filipino women that if they are in the place or country of their companion, they will change their attitude. So that's why, and then they will divorce their companion after they receive their American green card.
So does that happen a lot in your opinion, or is it only a certain amount?
It happened. It happened mostly. Because I had a friend of mine. It's true. I know a woman, and then she is married with an Australian guy, and then when she arrived in Australia after their marriage, 6 months after they got married, she find a way. She find a way to get out or separate to her husband because she is already there. But not maybe most, but occasionally it happened.
Okay, it happens sometimes.
Yes, it happens sometimes.
And normally that's for men that are suckers, in your opinion.
Not exactly, because maybe it's I didn't blame the man, and I maybe there is a problem of the man, and maybe there is a problem of the woman. So that's why I said why. If ever there is a problem, so try to fix it because it seems like you debt to your husband because if it's not because of him, you cannot go to his country, right? So maybe respect. You give respect of all what your companion doing and like that. So respect is very important.
Okay, fair point. Good point. All right. Let's finish looking at this. So Guapo, him and I were in the movie together. Beautiful Lies?
El Guapo. I know him because I interview him, and I would like to say to all the people here, watch my channel because I use humor and entertainment to lure you to the Philippines, and you can get any adult age here. Any adult Filipina you want, and there is no age gap limit here in the Philippines. And watch my interview of Richie Mac. Hi, come to Thailand, and El Guapo, Beautiful Lies.
Right, yeah. He's in Thailand. So let me ask you a question. Older men with Filipino women, is that frowned upon in your country, or it's not?
I don't know, but mostly I saw now here in the Philippines that there are some Filipino women who are with foreigner partner.
Right, but age, like old, like.
Yeah, I saw many here, mostly here in the Philippines, many. There are one time I saw, I think that guy, on my estimation of the age, I think that guy is 70 years old and then the woman is 35, around something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So is that woman using that man for his money, waiting for him to die?
I don't know. I will not judge them. That there are happens, possible and occasionally. And here it's not a problem here about the age gap. But there are some criticism from Filipino people. Either there are some Filipino who are thinking in a negative. So judgment, I know that everywhere, if they say a young girl with an old guy, and then there will be a judgment on that, and then it's not their business. It's not the business. I mean, it's not their business, but we respect their decision, and then we don't care of the criticism from other people, as long as you love to each other.
So based on the poll, Sharon, 77 have voted, and they believe that 97% believe that Philippine why women make good wives. So that's a very strong number. So they believe that the Philippines women can make good wives. So let's continue to listen, and we're going to break this down. Hold tight.
That most of you don't do. You may consider them broke in your high maintenance life, but here in Asia, we consider them rich. We always compliment our men. We always make them feel they're the most handsome men in the world. And most of us dreaming to have kids with them so we can have mixed beautiful kids. And don't worry, ma'am, because as soon as they arrive here, they will never feel lonely again.
Whoa, listen. Of the West that are being so disrespectful when it comes to commenting about passport bros and the women that they are choosing overseas. So let's jump right into it. Here we go.
Good morning, everyone. It's me again, Leia, and today's video, this is something different. I don't normally make a video like this, but yeah, I'm gonna react on the videos all over on social media, especially on TikTok. Some Karens or some Western women making
they know the slang over there. Some Karens. I love it.
Hating a video about passport bros, whatever. I don't know who come up with that name, but yeah, they're not just attacking those passport bros. They're also attacking us Asian women. They're calling us names and saying insult words. So
these passport bros are comprised of lonely, broke, overweight, middle-aged men who can't score women in the U.S. because they have nothing to offer besides a one-bedroom apartment with a tripping smoke alarm.
I wonder if these women that are making these TikToks are serious. Like, you get on there looking like that. We couldn't see her full head, but you get on there and you're talking that cash money stuff. It's crazy to me. But let's see what the Filipino woman has to say in response.
Okay, so I came over to her TikTok account to check out some of her videos, and yes, most of her videos is all about hating passport boys, passport bros, and attacking Asian women as well. So she's really angry, and it's almost so funny. So
she said it's funny that Shorty is angry, the lovely lady. Let's keep going.
I'm still shocked what she just said, especially coming from her. I'm still
that must be
not
Gary, the husband.
She's really a woman, though.
Oh, go back just a second, oh guapo.
Almost so funny. So I'm still shocked what she just said, especially coming from her. I'm still not convinced if she's really a woman, though.
She's still not convinced that she's a woman. Shots fired. Pow, pow.
But anyways, that's exactly why most of your men are leaving. And becoming passport bros because.
So Sharon, shout to my man, Spiritual Alpha for the 5.
Hello,
and
lucky
dynamite.
person. You got the number right, because you are talking to kids. A dynamite.
They don't understand, Sharon, that white and black men are coming to the Philippines because both are having the same issue with their women. It's not a black or white woman issue. It is an American woman issue, Sharon. Do you see a lot of foreign black and white men coming to your country getting Filipino wives? Do you see it a lot?
Yes, and I know that girl. It's Leia, and Leia, and then she has a very beautiful daughter. And yeah, here I know that they can attack us because we offer family and they offer stress and anxiety to their men. So that's why they're here. And yeah, so
hold on, Sharon. Sharon said they offer stress and anxiety, and we take care of our families. And Sharon is right. Sharon is right. Stressed out, they become limp noodle because of stress. instead of proud rooster. So they're stressed out because, they don't take care of the men. But go ahead, sweetie. Go ahead.
Yes, and please check out my Please Act Right series video with Raul with Raul from Please Act Right, because I made several video about that, and then I made a title Please Act Right series. And for us, um we don't do anything to them, but why they attack us? We just only do what are the responsibility as a woman to their companion, and we don't give anxiety or stress to our companions. So it's not our sin that your man left you in your country and came here in Asia.
Right. So your logic is it's not your fault that you couldn't take care of your man in America, that you didn't serve your man, you didn't respect your man, you didn't obey your man, you weren't feminine, you weren't submissive, you weren't honoring your man or obeying your man. And so it's not your fault. Men are basically going where they're respected. Is that fair to say?
Yes, and here as a Filipino woman, like we are ready. If our partner would like to bang, so we are ready to bang.
Ready to box?
Bang, bang, bang.
Bond.
Bang, bang, bang. Because I know that there are some Western women who are working, and then if their husband really would like to do or making a romance, they said, no, I'm tired. But here, Filipino woman, even we are tired, but we give it.
Oh, right. So basically what you're saying, Sharon, if a woman is tired, I'm still going to take care of my husband if he wants sex. If I have a headache, come on, babe, I got a headache. but
Yes, exactly. Because even we are tired for working in the company or outside, but we have time to take care of our companion. And bang means proactive of romance.
Bun?
Bang, bang.
Bonga. B-O-N-G. Bonga.
B-A-N-G. Bang.
B-A-N-G. Bonga. Oh, bang.
Bang. Bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang of Lady Gaga.
She said bang, bang.
Bang,
Okay.
Can we say something real fast? Take a look here, team. Take a good look. And I know this is a married woman, but if that is her wake up in the morning face and no makeup, not doing anything with her hair, my man Gary is winning. You're winning, Gary. Congrats, bro.
Attitude and mindset you have. We know to have nothing, and so we are appreciative in life. We are grateful, and we appreciate every penny that our men make, that most of you don't do. For you, they don't make enough, especially for your high maintenance life. And yes, you may consider them broke in your high maintenance life, but here in Asia, we consider them rich. And also, we don't see them as overweight. I think they're just big and tall with sexy eyes and big nose. Just what most of us attract in a guy. Besides, we always compliment our men.
She said tall and sexy with big eyes and big nose. American men are big. What is big nose? They like making American make mixed babies. Go ahead, Sharon.
Okay, because here in the Philippines, mostly Filipino women really would like to have kids from foreigners so that their kids look different. Because here in the Philippines, there are some, not mostly, but you can see Filipino people who have very big nose and big eyes, like eyes of the owl. So
Right.
and then by the way, black guys, we are color free here, and just bring your love. And
Bring your love, right.
if I would be in a black guy, I would like to have a baby because it's really nice. The curly hair, natural curly hair, very nice. And the beauty, the preference beauty, the color.
Right. The Ita people in the Philippines, and we're going to get back in a minute, but the Ita are Negritos in your country. Is that true?
Yes, there is.
So they have African roots. They live in the mountains of the Philippines.
Yeah. they are living in the mountains, and then they have their own traditional way, and they are very hardworking because they are farming. I think there is Aita. I'm not so sure, but there is in Baguio. You can see them in Baguio. I think they are in Luzon. There are Aita in Luzon part.
Okay, great. Done a great job, Sharon. Great job.
We always make them feel they're the most handsome man in the world. And most of us dreaming to have kids with them so we can have mixed beautiful kids. And don't worry, ma'am, because as soon as they arrive here, they will never feel lonely again.
Whoa. Whoa, listen, you know what's crazy? I have an international wife, and she says the same exact type of thing about Western men, especially Western black men. Now, Gary's a white guy, but we Western men tend to be a little bit bigger. We might carry a little more weight and stuff like that. And they're talking about having these mixed race babies. I'm telling you, this is a big deal. Most of you already know that my wife Labea is of the international variety, but I bet you had no idea that I actually met her online. That was rough. I had to dig through all the muck and the mire of dealing with these crazy dating apps, and if I had to do it all over again, I would have found some type of dating service that, you know, had a platform of people with like the same traditional values that I have. Well, guess what? There's one that exists. Go over to christianfilipina.com today and find somebody that will help change your life.
So these guys go overseas to look for women who, in their own words, are submissive and obedient.
Okay, ma'am, let me educate you on this one. Yes, we are submissive. What it means to be submissive to a man? There's a huge misunderstanding that it means to be obedient. Don't give opinions. Just do whatever your man says. That's not what it means to be submissive. Submission means we confidently trust our man to lead our family.
That's huge.
What does it mean, Sharon, for your man to lead his family? Is that sexy when your man is leading the family?
Yes.
So when your man is leading, it gets more bang bang when he's leading.
Yeah, it's okay. No problem. Because like what they said, husband is a king of the house.
So in your country, women love for their men to lead. They love it.
Yes. They are the leader of the house, and you know, even if you are ugly or short, leave yourself and happiness behind, but you will get a Filipina. And we lead. We just want to our husband to lead the family, because for us it sounds romantic.
Oh, so romantic. So it's sexy.
Yes.
Sexy. Okay.
Huge. Submission means we confidently trust our men to lead our family. Can I just say something? One of the things I love that my wife does the most is when she puts on this apron in the kitchen. I am a sucker for a woman in an apron. I'm not hitting on Leah, Gary, that's your wife and everything. But ladies, that is a sexy, sexy look for men that like traditional women. I love it when my wife puts on that apron. Let's go.
In their house, men wants to know that you trust them. It makes them feel being respected. And I hope I make that one clear.
No, you want them because they're easy to manipulate. You know that they are willing to do whatever it takes to live the American dream and provide a better life for their families.
Okay.
Even if it means...
Sharon, what do you say to this woman? She said that, American men are trying to manipulate women from the Philippines, and the Philippine women are desperate, and they'll do anything to come to America. What do you say to that criticism?
No, we are not. We don't manipulate people, and we don't. What is it? What is it again? I forget.
Use people.
I use people. No, we don't use people and we don't manipulate because we can find our way to go to US because there are some Filipino people, mostly so much Filipino people now living in US and in any other country because we can find a job outside of the country, even like a domestic helper. We do that, and no, we only desperate to be a good companion. That's all.
Right. So you just want to support your husband. That's all that's important to you. Support your husband, love your husband, and make money, have pretty babies, and bang, bang, bang.
Yes, and here Filipino women wake up so very early in the morning to prepare the breakfast of their husband.
Wow, that's powerful. That is very powerful. I'm going to ask you this question, Sharon, real quick before we get back. When you look at Philippine men compared to American men, what's the biggest difference between a Philippine man and an American man? What's the difference?
Okay, in my opinion, the very big difference is the foreign guy are very family. I mean, family matters, responsible, caring, loving, and they are always there, and then they teach you different things. They can teach you different things, and um, they love you truly. But on the local guy, there are some also local guy are like that, but mostly I think not all the Filipino guy are like that. But what I know now is there are um the Filipino guy are not like that mostly. I mean, there are some, not all, but now local guy are very irresponsible and chicks boy like playboy. Even they have partner or girlfriend, but they want to flirt to another Filipino woman, and um they leave their companion just for to go to another woman. That's the difference. But if you have a foreigner, the foreigner will tell you frankly that okay, our relationship is not working, and so maybe it's time now to separate. So that's the nice point. Not like the local that they don't speak to you, they go directly to other Filipino woman.
Okay, all
That's
right.
the difference. Yeah, that's the difference.
Okay, great.
Having to play the submissive role and having to sleep with your disgusting asses.
Wow.
Oh my God, you got it all wrong, man. You misinform, to the highest level. You have no idea of the true character of a Filipina or Asian woman is. By the way, for lunch, I'm going to make chicken thigh for my passport king, Charles.
Oh, Passport King. Love it.
Passport Rose lunch. But let's go back to our topic. We Filipinas know how to take care of our men by respecting their rights. Being submissive is saying yes to everything, even if it is wrong, and we do not do that. We know how to stand our ground if we have to, so that's not true that we are easy to manipulate. But yes, we are submissive. We don't have to play that role because that's just how we are. Our parents teach us.
Right.
That is a great point. She said that they don't have to play a role. They are naturally like that. And says our parents teach us how to be good wives. Big difference between trying to play a role, the soft girl era, and really being like that.
Us how to.
Girl, yes. Okay now, baby. Okay. Girl, yes. Okay now, baby.
And we wives should be the light of the house. We will be that light. And another thing is, most of you want the man to do things for you, and yet you do not want to do things for your man. That is pure hypocrisy. That's why they lives here. If your men come to the Philippines or Thailand or any other Asian country because they like spicy, we are lonely. We know how to take care of your man and ourselves at the same time. That's not surprising that they choose us over you.
Leia, you're you're going awful hard there. But
Sharon, are you a good cook? Are you a good cook, Sharon?
I don't say I am a good cook, but I can cook. I can cook.
Are you
I know
a good?
how to cook. not exactly good cooker, but maybe it's delicious because if I cook, I give full love on the.
Or you do it for love?
Yeah, that's for love because they said if you cook and no love on it, it's not delicious. So you give love of what you're doing, and especially it's for your companion. So much more love, much more delicious.
Oh, I see your point. So when you love your man, you put your heart into it because you want to make your man happy.
Yes, and that I want to say also to the Western people or the Western woman that that they are disgusting because they are scary, and you can call my respect to king anything you want and just send them here and kiss your ass.
Say it again, Sharon.
Okay. you can you can call my respect to the king anything you want and then just send your man here and kiss your ass.
All right. So basically, you're saying send your man to the Philippines
Yeah.
if you can't respect your man here in America.
Yes.
Wow. All right.
I love it. Woo! Let's get back into it.
Take care of your men better than you. And it seems like some of you are insecure about how we treat men better than you guys. If you feel threatened about in some kind of way, I suggest you to work on yourselves instead of talking about nasty words about other people. That's really not nice.
Yo, she is hitting them with 6 different kinds of kung fu and keeping a nice, calm, even, feminine tone. No cussing, no fussing, just straight facts and fire. Leia is a gangster. Let's go, Leia.
And you keep insulting, body shaming these guys, calling them overweight. As I said, we know how to take care of our men. And besides, we Asian women, we are fit and sexy.
Oh.
And so we inspire our men to stay active, eat healthy, and to live longer. And if you want to be happy in life, I suggest you to be nicer and lower your standards. Not all Asian women are dreaming to have American life or have your green card, whatever. Besides, most of us are happy to stay to have a simple life in our own country.
I've been saying that for a long time. Most women that I meet internationally don't want to leave their country. They want to stay right where they are. And there are a lot of things in their countries, and I'm a patriot. I'm a proud American, but there are a lot of things in their countries that are better than we have here in America. A lot of times the quality of food is better and stuff like that. So let's keep going. Leia, you're hurting them.
Trust me, we don't want them, and we appreciate you guys taking out the trash for us.
So Sharon, they call American men trash. She said we appreciate you taking out trash.
Okay. American men or foreign men are not trash for us because they are very for us, a Filipino woman, they are like treasure because we keep our treasure as much as we can, and you know that they are admitting defeat every time, and they are verbally assault us, but it's their fault. It's their fault that their man come over here, and I would like to say that give me your trash, and we will take it.
Fire! So she'll take the
for
American
your
trash
mind.
and turn it to
The kosher
Philippine
clinician.
treasure. Very, very, very eloquent. Very eloquent, Sharon. Hold tight. You're doing a great job, Sharon. Thank you, dear.
This lady is
Well, no problem, madam. We're happily to accept them. We are happy to have them and rescue from Karen like you. Besides, we have what they're looking for anyway.
Oh. I know that hurts. That looks good.
It's not even love. It's a business arrangement.
Okay, so how can you say it's not love? Clearly, you've never been in Asian country. Do you even know what love is? We may have a different culture, different nationality, and have a big age gap. But we are human. We have.
That is huge. We are human. And it seems like these women that are here in the Western world making all these TikToks and having so many things that are negative to say about these foreign women view these foreign women as subhuman. Where's the problem really? Let's keep going.
Feelings, we fall in love, and we care for each other.
So I'm Sharon. Todd gonna ask the question. He said, do Filipino women face consequences for publicly disrespecting their men? Examples like saying their men have shriveled.
Because what is that?
Shriveled pickles, basically small penis.
No. Now, even if it's happened, but no, they don't criticize or that. We accept, if we love a person, we accept who he is and what he is.
Right.
Yeah, and my definition is, here in the Philippines, with definition, love is, I don't know how to say that.
Unconditional.
Yes, and normally we don't do that here about their definition of love is money and spoiling, but we normally never do that here in the Philippines. And here, size doesn't matter and age doesn't matter.
Fire for your mind. The kosher clinician.
Because Filipino women are very flexible and adaptable.
Oh, right. They're like silly putty.
Yeah.
All right, hold tight there. Hold tight.
Also, we have it called intimacy, like every couple do. Besides, they said they enjoy it more with us Filipinas because we are more passionate and we love to be close with our men and we value them. We will do everything for them to make them feel happy. So yes, it's love and it's not a business.
Wow.
By the way, guys, this Thai chicken smells so good and it's delicious.
It looks great.
My passport gang will love me more for that.
And there you go. Well, you shouldn't throw stones when you live in a glass house. And I fear that this is nowhere near being done. Let me tell you something. These Filipino women are winning. Native English speakers, they all tend to be fit. They all tend to be feminine. They all tend to be able to cook. And they want to have real relationships. From what I'm seeing, I don't know about you Western women. I don't know if you can win. Maybe you can, but I believe
you can't win! Hi folks, the Filipino P here, and we've got two brothers in the house, Douglas and Dale. Welcome to my channel.
Thank you.
Happy to be here.
So, Sharon, black men are coming to the Philippines. They're looking for fit, feminine, kind, loyal, traditional women. And so in Thailand, they say, we love backman. They say backman. They don't say black. They say backman in the Philippines. So I want you to break down what you've been hearing and how's this conversation resonating with you, Sharon. What are you getting from this conversation, Sharon?
Okay, here, we are welcome to all the people here. We are all welcome, but mostly, yeah, I saw now quite a lot of black men come here in the Philippines. It's because that's why they call that passport bros, and it's because they are depressed and have anxiety to their partner because their partner take everything what they have. But here in the Philippines, no, we don't do that here. And you know that I released one video on my channel. I think Please Act Right. I don't know what number is it, but I said, foreign woman, stop eating fast foods and then please maintain your body. And because we Filipino women are very fit and we are very body conscious. And me, I've never been on the gym, but I am on the fit. I never go on the gym, but I am on the fit.
See, Sharon is fit.
Yeah, of course.
Look at Sharon flexing. Sharon flexing. Leo flexing. Look at Sharon. Sharon flexing, guys. She flexing to the single men. So Sharon is fit. So she's fit.
Yeah.
She's fit, friendly, and feminine.
Yeah, of course. And I am. I dress up like looking good and sometimes sexy for my companion.
Well, Sharon, it's some single men. So Sharon is single, and Sharon is ready to mingle, guys. She's single and ready to mingle, man.
Yeah, because Filipino women are very body conscious.
Right. That's good. That is good. You know, we wish American women would be more body conscious, take care of their bodies, work out, and keep themselves looking good for their men. I would ask you a question, Sharon. In general, do women in the Philippines keep their houses clean?
Yes, of course. We don't want that our clean are messy. Maybe it's messy, but maybe it's messy. Like on my room now, it's messy. But I need to change. I need to fix it. But we really like to our house clean and in arranged way because if ever we have something, even for the paint of the house, we just like to look very beautiful. And we, even if we have children or baby and then the toys is scattered everywhere on the house, inside the house, but we keep it, we arrange it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Sharon's a Leo like me, guys, so she flexing, man. Them Leos, we love to flex. We love to flex.
And you know that even we are poor here, but we still clean thoroughly in our house.
Good. I love it. Keeping your house clean. Great. Hold tight.
All right, so let's get to know you.
Okay.
Dale, so
Yes.
tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm 62 years old. I'm originally from Detroit, but I've been in Las Vegas for about 25 years.
Okay.
So I was in the Navy back in the 80s. I've been retired for a little while. In Vegas, I was audiovisual tech and I did real estate.
Okay.
Anyway, so I decided to come out to the Philippines and see what was going on.
All right, so how long have you been here now?
Actually, a little over a month. But I actually came here right after the pandemic for another month. And I just came back, so about a month.
About a month. All right. How about you, Douglas?
Well, my name is Douglas Weldon, and from the United States, from Detroit, Michigan, the D. And I've been here in the Philippines now for almost 6 years. A couple
6
years
years?
A couple years in Cebu, and then almost 4 years here in Negros.
Negros, okay.
Yeah, I'm a retired computer programmer.
All right.
And I'm just here in the Philippines, just living my best life.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's what's up.
All right. So, how did you discover the Philippines?
Well, when I started working from home, I had a home office, and I realized as long as I have internet, I can be anywhere in the world and still get a paycheck.
Yeah.
So I just started going different places, different parts of the world, and Philippines was one of those places. And then eventually I got back to the Philippines again, and I got back to the Philippines again.
So Sharon, in your opinion, who's more sexy, black men or white men? In your opinion?
Both.
So both. Okay.
Yeah, both. Because there are also some white men is in good shape, and both.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. Hold tight.
Being sucked in.
Yeah. And I was
slowly.
just like, well, why do I keep going back to the Philippines? And the time kept getting longer and longer. 1 week, 2 weeks, a month. And then I finally decided, hey, you know what? This is where I want to be.
Yeah.
Yep. So
And Dale here was in the Navy before.
Yes, I actually
You've
came
been here during the 80s.
In the 80s.
Yeah.
Came out here, had a wonderful time.
And you're back.
Yeah. So I figured I would come back.
Is this for good?
Yes, that's the plan. I'm actually would like to find a nice traditional woman,
okay.
if possible.
If possible? Sure. Why not?
And settle down, maybe have a kid or two.
And Douglas, you're also staying here for good, right?
Oh yeah, this is home for me now.
All right.
Yeah.
So any plans, long-term plans, get married?
Long-term plan is
kids.
Just day to day.
Day to day.
As long as I wake up,
all right.
and I'm still in the Philippines, and
Fair enough.
I'm still loving life.
Uh-huh.
I'm still healthy, and my money is still doing what I need for it to do. Then I've reached my goals.
Are you guys currently dating? Are you dating?
Well, what's your definition of dating?
Yeah.
Seeing someone but not living together.
Seeing someone in a serious way, or seeing someone getting to know them.
Oh gosh, what did I do?
Yeah,
okay, so just seeing, just.
I mean, I guess
making
I date.
friends.
I date.
Date, okay.
Yeah, I don't have a serious girlfriend.
Not yet.
No, or anything like that. But yeah, of course, I date.
Okay, so no one snatched you up yet, or?
Right.
No one is.
You're not in a hurry.
I'm looking.
No, I'm just taking my time.
Okay, you're looking.
I'm still looking, yes.
All right.
So
if it happens, it happens.
happens.
If it doesn't happen, that's fine too.
Right. So I'm available.
Right. Ladies, Dale, what are your first impressions about the Philippines?
The people were so happy.
Okay.
And so content with little of nothing, if anything.
Sharon, what makes Philippine women and men so grateful for whatever they have? They're grateful.
Because here in the Philippines, even we just have only, we are contented of only what we have. Even just a little penny, we just give value on that.
Mm-hmm. And I saw you, Sharon. Go ahead.
And sir, I also interview many black men on my channel, and sometimes I shock because they look younger than their age.
Right. Black don't crack.
Yeah, and that's why black genes are all mixed babies are good here, because I saw there are also some babies here from black, but they are very pretty and handsome.
Yes, ma'am. Beautiful children. Yes, ma'am. Very. Yeah. Sharon, you can still have babies, right? Do you want more children?
Oh yes, of course. And I want natural curly hair. So maybe you know what I mean. Natural curly.
Oh, so you want some thick curly hair?
Yeah.
How many kids do you want, Sharon?
If how much my companion wants.
Oh, really?
But me, I don't have any preference. But if who is the right man come for me, either black or white, so for me, no problem.
Right. So you had one child by your ex-husband, right?
No, not ex-husband, from the first, who is also a foreigner.
So go ahead.
Okay, I had a relationship with a foreigner. He is also from Europe. And then after that, I thought that he is nice. But actually, he is the friend of my auntie's husband. But even them, they don't know his attitude. And then after, when I get pregnant, he ghosted me for 15 years. And until now, and then, I've been contact him, but he just always refused that it's not his child. And then I told him, okay, we will make a DNA test, but he refused for the DNA test because he knew that I tell the truth.
Right. Okay, great. You're doing a great job, Sharon. Hold tight, sweet. Hold tight.
And that really impressed me the most when I was here the first few times. It's like, wow, the people here are so happy. And they're so warm and so giving. They want to drink with you. They want to eat with you. They'll share whatever they have with you. And, and I was thinking, wow, in the States, we're scrambling and working so hard to try to get more, but we're still not happy.
Exactly.
So that was my impression. Wow, I want to live like that.
So it's not hard making friends here in the Philippines.
Oh no, not at all.
And it's family oriented.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was a big goal, of mine, especially now. And I'm getting older. I've done all the partying. So I really like to settle down. And the women that I've met, since the traditional.
Did you guys hear about this movement, the passport bros? I know this is not a new thing, but did you hear about this movement?
Yeah, lately. I've heard about it. But,
right.
To get into that, what I want to say is, the women who are upset about these passport bro thing, I really wish you guys would just relax, because you're making yourself look bad. And you say, well, why are we leaving? Well, look at your attitude. Look at the way, you know what I mean? I'm watching videos.
Right. So Sharon, let me ask you a question. Do white men from Europe say the women in their countries have bad attitudes too? Like your husband was white. What do they say about European white women as well?
Yes, my deceased husband spoke to me about it, and then she manipulate their daughter not to have a good relationship to the father. But as here in the Philippines, we don't do that, because we give more respect to the father. For the parents, it's the same. But mostly my deceased husband told to me that his ex-husband want to take all what he has. So that's the difference. But here in the Philippines, we are not like that. And they think all over the world, they have the same attitude. All over the world, there are women that have not good attitude all over the world. But I think mostly it happened in US, because they don't give value to their companion.
Right.
But here we give value. But here in the Philippines or in Asia, we give value to our companion.
That is powerful, Sharon. You're doing a good job, dear. Hold tight. You're doing a great job. Thank you.
Them saying bad things about the Filipino women, and it's like, please, you guys have to stop that. Okay, so look at yourself. This is a reason. So have some accountability for yourself, and look at stop blaming everybody. Look at yourself and fix that.
I had never even heard of the passport bros until like a couple days ago.
Right.
So, of course, I went online and checked out a video or two, and I would just like to say, men going to the Philippines, looking for love, looking for, building a family, finding a wife. It's not really a statement or an indictment against black women. It's really more of an indictment against Western culture.
Right.
Right.
And the world is constantly evolving, and naturally our cultures evolve with that.
Yes.
And what's accepted today in a culture 100 years ago may have been taboo, because cultures evolve.
Right.
And fortunately, the culture in the Philippines has evolved a little more slowly.
Right.
So being a man being with a Philippine woman has the opportunity, in a sense, to go back in time.
Yes.
Go back in time and experience what it was like. How did my grandmother treat my grandfather?
Yes.
Back into a time where women were not fighting with men for power, a time when women were actually...
Do the Philippine women, Sharon, fight with their men for power in the relationship? Or do they compliment? Go ahead.
No, we don't fight we don't fight, because for us, it's like what I said, the man is the leader of the house. So no fighting.
Sharon, how tall are you? 5'1", 5'2"? How tall are you?
5'1".
Oh, you're short.
Yeah.
Little teacup. You're little. Okay, all right. Hold tight, Sharon. Sharon, how much time you got? You're doing a great job, because some guys might want to ask you some questions. You're doing a great job. But how much time do you have, Sharon?
For me, sir, I just maybe 10 minutes more, because I need to. There is people here working on my bathroom, because there is water stuck, so we need to find a way. And I change also tiles, everything on my bathroom.
Okay, all right. If you got 10 minutes, so could I drop the link and guys ask you questions? Can I drop the link and guys ask you questions in 10 minutes, Sharon?
Oh, yeah, it's okay.
Okay, all right. So, guys, you got to cam up. I'm allowing you guys to ask Sharon questions. Only 10 minutes. You got to cam up in the back. If you don't cam up, you can't come up. But Sharon got 10 minutes left. Sharon, you've done an awesome job. But Sharon, what have you got from this show? You got to come back again. You done such a great job. I definitely want to have you again. And I'll go on your show as well, Sharon, at some point. So let me know when you want to interview me on your show. But,
Okay.
But what did you get from this show, Sharon? What did you get from the show?
Okay, please watch to my channel and please subscribe and watch my channel because I already upload a video about the attitude of behavior of Western woman, and then I have more videos that you can see there, and especially my please act right, and I just want to give an advice to all foreign women out there that instead of yelling and saying not good to Asian woman, I think better that they do is they make as an example to fix. They make an example of all what we doing to our companion, and then they will try to fix it and doing to their self so that their companion will stay with them forever. Because I remember I had a subscriber. I think she is a foreign woman. And then she messaged me that, Sharon, thank you of what you show because I changed my behavior now.
Good,
I changed.
good,
Yeah,
good.
I give value now, and then I will treat my. I will do what Asian people doing to their companion. That's what she said to me. I remember that I received that. I received that message from subscriber. She made a comment.
Okay, all right. So, Brother Trey, how you doing, sir?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
What question did you want to ask Sharon?
Hey, Sharon, I got a question for you. So by you all being so submissive to your mates in your country, do you guys turn down your man when they are desiring intimacy?
No. We still respect.
Okay. So it doesn't matter, like, if they come home, it doesn't matter if they've had a hard day at work. Even though if you're tired, you still are submissive in that aspect for his intimacy for your man.
Yes. Like what I said, we are ready if we are ready anytime, and we can do it 24/7.
Sharon, it's a 7-Eleven, Trey. She's a 7-Eleven, man. What other questions you want to ask Sharon, Trey?
Do you all work, or do you guys more or less stay at home are you homebodies, or do you guys like basically work and provide with the husband and things like that?
Okay, as a depend if ever the woman has a job, it's a job, and then he really would like to go to the job. But if her companion told to her to stop on the work because he provides everything, so we give up the job and focus to take care of our husband and the children.
Awesome. Okay. All right, that's my questions.
All right, you have anything else you want to ask?
That's it, brother.
All right, brother. Be good, man. Take care. So Sharon, you got guys that said they want to be a student in your class. They want to be a student in your class. Yeah, they like the insight that you're giving. We're gonna finish looking at this. I know you got a few more minutes, and I'm gonna let you go, Sharon. I know you got to go, but I'm glad you cammed up, so hold tight.
Embracing the ideal of needing a man.
Yes.
Right.
Our cultures have kind of shifted us away from that.
Right.
But
I know.
being with a Philippine woman gives you a chance to go back to that.
Yes.
In a sense. I mean, a lot of people would argue that, well, the men of today don't deserve to be treated that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Why are they demonizing you? Why are they like, we don't need you? It's like, of course you need them, girl. What are you
It's
talking
brainwashing.
about? Yeah.
That has been happening in the States for years. It's about being independent and and
strong.
You don't need a man. You can do this, but God has put us here for men to be men and women to be women. You know what I mean? There is a reason. Women not supposed to be men, are not trying to be men, and men are not trying to be. It's a reason that this is like this. When I was raised, the women would be home with the.
So Sharon, it sounds like tradition is gone. It sounds like in the West, tradition is gone. And you're telling single men that are looking for wives, to the single men that in here that are looking for wives, you're telling them that if they want a traditional woman, the odds are great. Now, Sharon, I want to ask you a question about, some say that women from the Philippines, their families want to use Western men for their money. They want the...
No.
All right, go ahead.
No, it's not true. It's not true, but maybe other, but it depends of the situation. But mostly here, no, we don't. We don't. I'm going to say that we don't use the foreigner for that because we can earn in our own self.
What do you mean? Explain, Sharon.
I mean, we can work. We can work so that we can earn, or we can have our own money. And not using the fire. Maybe there are some. It happened also here. It happened, but not most of the time. No, we are not like that.
Okay, all right. So Andrew Baker says, Sharon, salute Kosher. And Sharon, my question is there anything a Filipino woman don't like about foreigners that come to their country?
No, we like to come. I mean, no, we are so welcome. We are so welcome to all the foreigners here to come. If who are willing to come over here, we are welcome and open arms to welcome you here.
Okay, so basically, Sharon, he's asking like arrogance. Are some men arrogant?
No, here
Right.
there are some foreigners are arrogant, but not all. I think there are some, but not all. But here we don't like that arrogance because there are also some foreigner who hurt their Filipina companion physically, but it's not good.
Okay,
And
all right.
you know that yeah, and then you know that don't come soon enough before overstress in home country. So take time, and if you find a Filipino companion, so take time also so that you will not be in a bad condition or bad situation. You will be in good hands.
Okay, all right. This person, Bill Saunders, says, Sharon, tell us about Tampo, the hostile silent treatment that Piñas use as a weapon to get their way in a relationship. What does that mean?
Okay, tampo, it's depend of the situation because if you are, there are some Filipino women are jealous. So if you are looking or staring to another girl, and then the Filipina, your girlfriend doesn't say anything, that's tampo starting. And then until you arrive in your place, you arrive in your home, you arrive in the room, but she's still not talking, so she is still in tampo. But the only technique that her tampo is gone, you can hug her, you can kiss her, and then you can make caring or something like that. That's the tampo of the Filipino gun.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, listen, Sharon, you did a great job. Let's do this again. I know you got to go. I know it's 9:42 in your country. So, Sharon, let's plan this again. And I really appreciate your time. And guys, Sharon is single, and she's ready to mingle. She's looking for a loyal, faithful, hardworking, traditional black man or white man that will love her, respect her, love her daughter. And so Sharon, you've been awesome. I appreciate it. Do you have any questions for me before you go? Any questions?
No. I will ask you a question on my interview. And I'm gonna just clarify that the tampo means sulking or poor behavior.
Oh, poor behavior. Okay. So what did you get from the show? How was it beneficial?
Okay, I enjoy and thank you for all the question. And sir, thank you for having me to your channel. I really greatly appreciate that. And thank you so much. And thank you also that you grant my interview soon.
I told you, Sharon, I was going to fly the plane. Guys, go subscribe to Sharon Lapo. And maybe Sharon, the next time me and you and Aguapo, we'll do a show together. All right?
Yes. And please subscribe to my channel and watch my video there because you will learn more there. And my channel is Sharon Lapu-Lapu.
All right, dear. God bless you, and I wish you well in your journey. And I pray that God bless you with a good man. You're a good woman, and I respect you highly, Sharon. Thank you, dear.
Yeah. And if ever you have some question, you can contact me either comments or you can email me at sharonlapulapu@yahoo.com. And if you have some question, I will have live stream on August 4 on my birthday celebration. I will make live stream. So see you there.
Right. Sharon, guys, she's a Leo just like me, so she gets special treatment. I always show my Leos love. So Sharon, once again, ma'am, I appreciate it. Thank you. You did a great job, great interviewee, and I look forward to coming to your show soon. And I look forward to having another conversation. Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate it, ma'am.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
ma'am.
And God bless.
God bless, ma'am. Thank you, Sharon. All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye. All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. All right, guys. So you men said that are single, you guys are looking for a husband, a wife, and Sharon is single and ready to mingle. So I did this for the single men that are looking for wives in the future. And she's traditional. And you guys got an opportunity to get you a fit, feminine, submissive woman. And that's what it's all about, guys. It's all about living your life on your own terms, free of distress, free of pain. We're going to finish listening to these brothers, guys. We're going to finish listening to these guys, talking about in the Philippines. Then we're going to end the stream if no one comes up. But the link has been dropped. You got to cam up.
The family, you know what I mean? And men will go out and work, you know what I mean?
The culture here is very different than the culture in the U.S. The culture in the U.S., unfortunately, is based on more. It's always more. You always want more. I don't care what you have, you want more. You need more. You have a car, okay, I need 2 cars. You know, you have a 4,000 square foot house, okay, I need a 6,000 square foot house. So
Brother Whitehorn, it's been a minute. How you doing, sir? What's going on?
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. I'm the one. Just a quick question. I was trying to log in. I don't know if I missed it before she left, but I guess my thought is I hear a lot of women when we're in their countries, as you know, you and I were international travelers.
Yes, sir.
Notice that when the women arrive here, if they're already here, if they're from the Philippines, if they're from Thailand, if they're from Colombia, once they're here and they're single, and I hear a lot of black men say, why is it that when I approach them once they're already here and single, it seems like they're falling to the description that the white man's ice is colder, that the black man tends to be less desirable once they're here.
That's a good point. That's an excellent point. That's an excellent question. That's a good question, man. I don't know if it's class stratification or they trying to assimilate because the perception that white is better. I don't know, but that's a good question. What did you get from the conversation, Sean? And you're a single man, and we talked about many times the struggle of finding quality women in America. But what did you get from the conversation, Sean?
Well, and when I chimed in, I changed my name to Sergeant Horn. I was in there earlier.
Oh, yeah, I knew it was you. I figured it was you. Yeah.
But, what I got from the conversation, I've been to Thailand, what I got from it is more along the lines of that, this whole movement of denigrating the black man because he's exploring his options is starting to wear thin. And
it is, right.
When you begin to highlight something, it becomes noticeable to others. So when more and more women were getting on the internet, denigrating black men for exploring their options, those women in those countries started to hear about it. And it made them take even more notice. So I think that's one of the things that I got. And as someone, I've dated a Filipino woman twice in my lifetime. And I have to admit, both times were a really good experience. The last years ago, I just wasn't in the right mind frame. And they both lived here in the U.S.
Oh, wow.
And I just wasn't in the mind frame when the two of them that I dated. The last one was probably about 3 years. and just wasn't in the right mindset where I am now, where I see the benefit of having that woman, who understands what submission means, who understands that, that a man cannot protect what he cannot control,
Yes,
and
sir.
that
Right.
control the woman, it means control circumstances, environments, actions.
Right. Right.
So that's what I got out of it, that she seems to grasp of what it takes. So that's kind of what I got out of it.
Yeah. You know what, Sean, I think one of the things we already knew was the presumption and the assumption, Sean, that we'll be feminine if we don't have to work. And I call that BS, because our grandparents and grandmothers and great-grandmothers, they worked, took care of their families. They had less appliances, and they were still feminine women that believed in duty and honor. Yes, it was hard, but the men worked outside. Some of those men sent their wives to college to get advanced degrees, and they stayed on the farms with third-grade educations. When you hear women talking about resting in their femininity, what does that mean to you, Sean?
Out on me, bro. There you go. You came back.
Can you hear me? Look, you're breaking up,
I
Sean.
can hear you now. I hear you now.
Yeah, but when you hear women talking about they can't be feminine because they got to work, or they can't rest in their femininity because they got to work, what's your take on that foolishness, man?
And it's funny that you asked that, Coach. Me and some brothers just talked about that literally today. Somebody had posted a meme, and it was of a surgeon who, I guess it went viral, that she had taken a picture. She says she works 10-hour days, but still comes home and cooks for her husband. So somebody posted the picture. What I hear when I hear that is what I commented on to the brothers I was talking to is, now we're looking at some big things. We're looking at nature versus nurture, right? Mm-hmm. We're looking at the aspect of the maternal instinct, right? When I used the analogy when I was talking to the brothers today, that my friend's mom, she was a nurse, right? And she worked 10, 12-hour days. His daddy worked at the Ford plant. But every night when he came home, whether she got off that 12-hour shift or not, it was not only taking care of him, it was taking care of the children. Right. So women are moving away from that. Not only are you not taking care of your man, if you're not preparing meals, right, then you're not preparing meals for your children either.
That's a good point, right?
If man isn't eating nutritiously and appropriately, then nor are your children. Mm-hmm. And I think that we've gotten to a place in America now that, to use the word in a backwards way of saying, of retarding the definition, mm-hmm. that being taking care of one's household as a wife. I agree. I don't get me wrong. I hear what women say when they say, well, look, I'm working 10-hour days and I'm dealing with the BS of work and I'm dealing with the traffic and I have to deal with all of that. I get that. You do. But you still have a responsibility at home.
Right. And the crazy thing is, Shauna, they were single, they still would be doing that. This whole foolishness about I got to work and all that. Damn, if you have no kids, okay, if you got kids by other men, mm-hmm. you're supposed to be cooking for your children.
Right.
If you got kids by other men, you should be cleaning your house. Mm-hmm. So I don't understand the logic about, I can't cook and clean. I can't rest in my femininity because I got to work. It's goofy as hell, man. Because if you're a feminine woman, Sean, you're gonna be a feminine woman regardless. That's just who you are.
Right.
This like if you're a masculine man, you're gonna be a masculine man because that's just who you are.
Just because what am I supposed to say? Well, I can't rest in my masculinity because I got a cold today. Before I work, I can't rest in my masculinity. It's an argument. Right. I can't rest in my femininity because I have to work. Well, we also have to look at society has progressed. At 58 years old, I can remember when a loaf of bread was a dime, mm-hmm. right? A gallon of milk was, 50, 75 cents. Everything costs more. So we need more income in the household to keep up with society. Mm-hmm. So I just think a lot of times that it's a bit of an excuse. Although I get the analogy, but it just doesn't hold up under the microscope.
But look, Sean, I'm a white-collar professional just like you. It does not absolve me for cutting grass. Right. It doesn't absolve me from making sure the oil is changing the cars. It doesn't absolve me from doing anything that's quote-unquote manly, going outside, getting acorns out of the gutters or making sure the maintenance appointment for the car. I still do it. I don't say, well, I can't rest in my masculinity because I got to work and all this. I just do it because it's duty. But the contractor laughed. But these heifers, and let me tell you something, man, it's a bunch of BS like the contractor said, because I've seen men, Sean, and the contractor that make good money. The women got the top appliances. I've talked with clients I talked with a client one time that was almost a millionaire. His wife kept the house nasty. She was selfish as hell. She gave him starfish sex. She didn't respect him. None of that. You know, but our black women had less years ago. They had less appliances. They worked in the South and they did stuff. They were farmers. They were planters. They were dealing with Jim Crow racism. But they did everything in their power to ensure that their children and their husbands were taken care of. Right. The women now are nowhere near as good as the women 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years ago. They won't ran through like modern women. They didn't have a bunch of kids out of wedlock. We know there were some women having children out of wedlock, but it was a stigma. If they were getting it in, it was shameful. They hid it. But nowadays, they want to be 304s. They want to celebrate. They look down on a man. I had a woman tell me, she said, if a man make over 100,000, I've had women say it, that's not enough. I said, that's BS. In most countries, states, most families make combined about 65,000, especially up here in the Tar Heel State, and some counties they make less than that. Yeah. But you mean to damn tell me if you make 100,000 or 80,000 and he's not good enough, but you ran through, you're overweight, you got plastic surgery, you got kids by other men, you got multiple deletions, but you want a damn man to put a ring on your finger? That's why I do these shows, Sean, because you're not a therapist, and it's called the right to self-determination. The men have to live their lives on their own terms, unencumbered. And once they see that their reality is greater than what we have here in the West, they will no longer subjugate themselves to BS, mediocrity, and excuses.
Yeah. Well, the Beatles said it best. The Beatles said it best. Money came by you love. You look at some of these. You look at Tom Brady. Let's look at Tyrese. You look at these guys with money. It didn't buy the respect. It didn't buy the submission of their wife. Money isn't the motivator. When these women say that, that's BS. Because these men who are making money have the same problems as brothers who are not.
Right. I totally agree. And what they don't understand, Sean, is that men dictate the market. You don't dictate the market. Men dictate the market. You can't tell a man what he should get. You gotta damn become what a man wants.
Yeah.
You got to become what he wants. But these women in America, they're trying to tell you what you deserve or what you got to be. And what they try to do, Sean, in the contractor, they try to corner the market so the market can benefit them. But it's called taxation without representation and the mental breaking of the American man. I made a term, Sean, called the commodification of subjugation. They see men as commodities only to be subjugated to appease their selfish ego and appease their selfish will. But you know what this woman said? She said, I know men in marriage, Sean, and the contractor, they barely get sex from their wife. Mm-hmm. They got to damn near beg them to get sex. They use sex as a weapon. They barely cook. The men are constantly damn trying to negotiate. Mm-hmm. But then when the man decides to leave their ass, and all of a sudden, he's bad. And I tell men over and over and over again, you don't have to settle for BS. There are women in a world that will love you, respect you, and honor you if you want a traditional woman, and if you've done the requisite work as a man. Mm-hmm. What do you say about that?
Oh, I agree. When I hear men in these sexless marriages and women withholding sex, and that's a concept to me that just doesn't make sense. If you're my wife and I'm physically healthy and you're physically healthy and there's been no breakdown in the marital bed, you haven't caught me out here with this woman and that woman, you don't get to deny me sex and think that there's not a consequence. Right. I take it from you. Think about it like this. No matter married or single, women grant access to sex. Men grant access to relationships and marriage. So if that woman says, well, you're my husband and I'm not going to sleep with you, well, then I'm going to have to be honest with you. I'm not going to go without sex. And when you ask me, well, what does that mean? I'm not going to go without sex. And that should be a man's response. I'm not if that man has done nothing to defile that marital bed, to break that trust, you just grown tired of me. You don't like me. You're not happy here. I think every man has a right to say, I'm not going without sex.
No, the Bible clearly says, Sean, that Wives and husbands render unto one another the due benevolence. It basically means that you have a responsibility to take care of one another because you're one flesh. Your body is no longer your own, and neither is his body his. You have a moral and a religious responsibility to take care of your husband. But what they do, Sean, in the contract, this old damn bait and switch. You know, when they want a husband, they give you all the sex. Like I was talking to young men many times, white and black in therapy. And they up there negotiating, the women talking, I'm going to do trauma. But I asked them the damn question. I said, let me ask you a question then. I said, well, if your husband lost his job and he said, well, I can't work because I'm going to do trauma and my trauma is impacting my ability to provide. I said, would you stay with that man? She said, oh, well, it would be a problem. And see, it's always a problem when her needs are not getting damn met, but when his needs are not getting met, you're insensitive, you're misogynistic, and you don't care.
That's right. And that's
Can I
go ahead, brother?
Can I say something real quick? Salute to you, sir. Salute to the good brother on the panel. Everyone in the chat. Big shout out to Machismo TV. But one of the major differences you see is in the West they have a government support system.
That's true.
Over there, they ain't got all of that. Ooh. So if you don't act right, you don't eat. You dig what I'm saying? Not saying that they're living in arcane times, but the men automatically side with each other.
Right.
They have a code. They have a standard. Mm-hmm. So ain't no welfare over there. So I noticed over here, stateside, they're trying to do away with those government benefits. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they didn't really give an explanation, a real explanation as to why. Well, look at the birth rate. Look at the deletion rate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's no extra support system for them to fall under. Mm-hmm. Government daddy ain't taking care of you.
Right.
You go out there and have them 15 kids. Well, you got to feed all 15 of them kids.
Right.
We ain't gonna do it.
We ain't gonna do it. Right.
So
the contractor just said something. Brother, you just said something deep. When he just never even thought about that there is no financial safety net in many of the I never thought about
that. Yeah, he's right. Yeah, but we saw that, Sean, when we were when we traveled abroad. They don't have financial safety net, right. So they have they learn to be feminine. Being feminine is a prerequisite. But here in America, Sean, we both are clinicians. We reward bad behavior, right. And you cannot reward bad behavior. If your wife is not doing her job as a wife, you tell her ass she needs to step it up. If she don't step it up, you take away the reinforcement from it, whether it's resources, your attention, or whatever. And then eventually, if she don't step it up, you might have to remove yourself for a couple of months to a year. And then if that don't work, then I don't believe in divorce, but sometimes you got to move on. I mean, because if a woman is constantly being disobedient, disrespecting you as a man, you can't waste 30 years arguing with a woman. You got but one life. Go ahead, contractor.
See, that's another thing. Over here, they reinforce that negative behavior because then even if you divorce or leave her or whatever, she can then take you for damn near everything or half of what you have. Mm-hmm. Then on top of that, she can just scream up, there was DV at some point, at some undisclosed point in time, and it's believe her. So it's multiple different layers that keeps reinforcing this bad behavior, but it's all financial. Women are survivors. They adapt to the environment around them. Men, we shape and form our environment. Mm-hmm. If I don't like that tree, I'm chopping that mofo down. Mm-hmm. She'll walk around that tree. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If I want to grow more food, I'm gonna plow that field. Mm-hmm. She'll scavenge berries. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Nice. So that's one of the major differences between us as men and women. Over there, you don't have that safety net to say, "Oh, go ahead, girl, you good." Nah. Once you mess up, you messed up. Now you gotta figure things out and fix it. Mm-hmm. But maybe I missed the mark. I don't know. But
no, bro, you said something so profound. I can't wait to get off of here because I got to go do some. You just said something so profound.
Yeah, it's true. What he's saying is true. Yeah, they don't have state support, man. And it's time for men to start taking their power back and start controlling the narrative. And I tell men they need to go do exhaustive searches because a lot of these chicks do the old damn bait and switch. They give you unlimited sex, copious amounts of sex before you get married. And I had a simp tell me, he knew what I was telling him was the truth. You know, his wife wasn't giving him intimacy like a lot of these men don't get, white and black. Some of the men, the wives don't give them sex. And so instead of them demanding stuff or start taking away things from the wife, they just they say, well, I gotta follow my wife. I gotta save my wife. You're not gonna save your damn marriage by not being a man. You're gonna save your marriage by becoming a man, stepping away from BS and start damn demanding stuff. If I ass don't step it up, you just take away your resources to the point you get rid of ass. And if you had to take a cut in the courts, do what you got to do.
That's right.
See, here's a part that you miss. I fell victim to it myself. She's not, those men's wives may not be having sex with them, but that doesn't mean they're not having sex.
Right. That's true.
You did.
Boom. Right. You're right.
She's just not having it with you.
Yes,
I totally agree.
I learned this while I was contracting. I got some horror stories for you, but long story short, if they have urges and they have urges too. So if she's not passing the box to you, she's passing it to someone. That's just what it is.
And you think about what the contractor just said, man. I know brothers and sisters who will say, well, I haven't been intimate, I haven't had sex with my wife in a year, right? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not questioning whether or not he stepped out or whatever, but I'm thinking, well, so you're saying she hasn't had sex for a year and you haven't had sex for a year? Contractor hit on something. Just because you ain't getting it don't mean it ain't being got. And I think brothers need to look at that. You know, why is your woman no longer intimate with you? When you've done nothing wrong to defile that marital bed, you have not cheated, you not went out and made babies on her, you haven't brought home an STD. These were all divorceable reasons. But if you've done none of those things, what is her legitimate excuse? I would always say, ask her, then why won't you be intimate with me?
Well, some of it, man, you know, we know that a lot of these women have had a lot of fun. A lot of them been ran through before marriage. So when they get married, you know, sex is not, it don't mean anything. And now they got the ring, now they're comfortable. Then now they know they got the man by the golden ass. They can't go nowhere. And now they are basically abusing that man emotionally. And now the man got children, he got a mortgage, and so he feels stuck. But the Bible clearly says, Sean, that in a marriage, the Bible says the only time you should deny one another from sex is when you're fasting and praying.
Right.
But then he said, hurry up and come back together before the devil come into that marriage. So I would say, if you are willfully choosing not to be intimate with your husband, if that man go out and get some box on because you being rebellious, I don't blame that man at all, man. Because you allowed the devil to come into your marriage. You can't tell me, I can't believe my ass. You allowed that man to go out here and get some straight because you weren't doing your damn job as a wife, especially if he did nothing wrong, especially if he was doing his duty as a man. Yeah. Giving your husband sex, you're not doing him no damn favor. Because a lot of these women gave it to other cats for free.
For free.
But now all of a sudden, you know, he got to damn do the hula hoop, do the break dance, cross jump, do the damn Chuck Berry and the damn James Brown to get some box that you gave to Negroes for free that didn't think enough of your ass to put a ring on your finger. But you know, you want him just to be a good man and understand, damn that. You're going to step it up or your ass going to be gone. It's that simple.
That's the simple answer.
But see, that's the thing. It's off balance. They view it like they're doing you a favor.
Not right. But she's not doing you a favor.
I'm not going to be vulgar when I say this, but in the end of my first marriage, after all arguing, I just whipped it out and took care of myself in front of her. I'm like, that's about what you amount to right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, wow. Really?
The marriage was over. Like, we're not being intimate. We're not cohabiting. It was done. So I'm like, okay, so this is pretty much, this is what you amount to at this junction.
Wow.
And on top of that, I don't know where you've been. So you've been running the streets. I don't know where you've been.
And
so it is what it is.
That comes from that ill mindset. Coach, you and one of the docs were on a couple of days ago, and y'all were talking about that word partnership. and where that word originated from. And so many people think that these marriages are partnerships.
Right.
And, a partnership is a mutual interest in an attainable goal. Right? A marriage is not a partnership.
Right. It's not a partnership.
It's
right.
not a partnership. And if you
it's
think,
not. Right.
And that's where we go wrong with well, if this is a partnership, I can deny you. I had a lady friend years ago, and she used to always say in her marriage, she said when it came to sex, they had a rule, and I adopted that rule. Sick or well, we're going to get it in. Sick or if I'm sick, you can get it. And I always think when couples think about these sexless marriages, it's like it's kind of like the contractor said. Chances are that marriage is already over. That marriage is already over.
Right. Yeah, it's a lot of it's power, man. It's about power manipulation. It's one thing if you got a debilitating sickness, like you got the flu or something. I'm not gonna mess with you for that. But if you got a headache, but look, I'm gonna do everything in my power to take care of my woman if I got a headache. If she got a headache, get her ice and put it on your head and just turn over and let me handle it. But because men need sex. Shout out to my man Greg Wisconsin. He's a great show, coach. You continue to put forth the propaganda to promote the passport movement. You don't clowns to disrupt the message. No, they ain't gonna damn disrupt the message, man. I'm about to see men liberate. And then shout out to Greg again. He said kosher but bad. Kosher bad. Umar is making no excuses for black women. He always make. That's why they won't be in a state of arrested development. And Paul Simpkins said the contract is 100% correct. I'm a brother living in the Philippines. The laws are men-oriented. No support. Sharon Lapu is in many channels. Yeah, she's a good sister, man. And she's a single woman for some of you men that are single looking for good wives. And I do this for a reason, the contract and Sean. Men determine who they want to marry. Either you become what a man wants, or you can take your ass home. Nobody don't give a damn about no degrees. I don't care about your degrees or none of that shit. You're going to either follow the rules, because you're right. The word partnership came from LGBTQ, came from gay men.
That's correct.
And when I was in graduate school, I'm like, what the hell is a partner? I thought it was husband and wife. Because as a partner, Sean, you and I it really comes from an egalitarian construct. As partners, you and I equally can make rules. We can equally make decisions. So that was women's way to slide in the modus operandi of where the man can tell her nothing and she can't always tell. They both can make rules whenever it's beneficial for the partnership. Like business partners, we both can make rules equally because we're equal partners. But you can't have that in a marriage because the role of a marriage is a direct ascension. The head is the man, because men and women don't think the same. They're gonna always do damn stuff based on how they feel. So if she's doing shit based on how she feels, I'm doing things based on logic mostly, even though women can be logical. Why would I let an illogical woman try to tell me how to run my program?
Yeah, because it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
It does. There somebody I saw where a couple was getting married, and I don't know. Somebody had it posted, and the pastor got to the part of the vows where he said to love, honor, and obey. And the woman got to the obey part.
Yeah, I did that. I did a show.
Okay, and I saw that. And okay, I thought it was. And then the pastor said, well, he said, well, we talked about this in council. She said, no, we didn't. So right there in front of God, country, and all family, friends, and loved ones, she basically put that man on notice. Right there. Instead of just conceding and saying, you know what, for the benefit of this conversation, for this ceremony, yes, I'll obey. She could have just said, obey.
Right.
The two of them could have discussed that later, but the fact that she stood firm right then and there, she put that brother on notice.
That
just goes to show you that they don't truly believe in what they say they believe in.
No, they don't.
As far as faith and religion goes, to love, honor, cherish, and obey, right?
Yep.
And it was like, skirt.
Yep.
If God is telling you this is the role that you play, you're like, skirt.
Right, rebellious.
Not that part.
Right. And you know what? It's funny you say that, contractor. I showed a woman specific. She said she was a woman of faith. Many of them are Christian feminists, man. They pick and choose what parts of the Bible they want to live by. I call it biblical a la carte. And I told her, I said, well, ma'am, you don't get the... Basically what they try to do, they try to insert value systems into the marriage after the fact. But the only value you should have, your values become invaluable if your values supersede the greater role of the relationship. So what I mean by that, it's nothing wrong with having values, Sean and contractor, if your values don't supersede the relationship. But once you become one, you forsake all others for the sake of that marriage. Some of these women say, well, they want to be individuals. But no damn individuality, woman. It's about you and that man putting aside because can you imagine a man saying, well, I don't feel like working because I value my time and I value my freedom. So therefore, I don't feel like I should have to work. That goes against my value. Well, your ass need to be single then. Right. You should have thought about that before you got married. You can't change the script and move the goalpost once you say I do. And that's what a lot of them do because they are selfish. They are solipsistic. They can't think outside of themselves. That's why it takes a spiritual woman that's grounded, a woman that's been trained to be a wife and trained / taught to be a wife, because the Bible clearly say, wives, obey your husbands. Right. It say it clear in the book of Titus, wives, obey your husbands. But it's the spirit of the Antichrist where they want to be in order, they want to be in control, but they say they love you. You don't love Jesus. The Jesus in your head is a Jesus that is like a fairy Jesus. He's not the Jesus of the Bible, because if he was the Jesus of the Bible, you will follow leadership. But they always come up with a mandate of what you're not doing. You don't need to worry about what the man is not doing. Your responsibility is to follow God and respect God's law and let God take care of that man. But they always want to damn move the goalpost. I mean, hard-headed as hell, man. And I don't blame men for beginning to say, you know what? I'm loving myself. I'm going to do what's best for me. Mm-hmm. And they get informed. And let me tell you something, Sean. These men are living longer. A lot of men are dying. I did a show with Sunshine Show. Sunshine Shoulders is 60 years old. His Filipino wife is 42. He said that he have intimacy with his wife 3 times a day. And he said he thought he had ER dysfunction. But when he went to the Philippines, he said, like they say in the book of Ezekiel, can these dry bones live?
There it is.
He said, can these dry bones live? He says his ER went away because it was stress.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
That's the difference. That's why I say get that blue book and go.
Right.
Because all the talking and debating, and at the end of the day, what you gonna do?
Right.
Yep.
I don't negotiate with terrorists. That's a policy.
Right.
And that's what they are. They are financial family freaking terrorists. Mm-hmm. They've dumped more money into the family court system than anyone else. Because us as men, we love our children. Mr. Palmer did a story on the chick that went on a high speed chase. When they finally pulled her over, it's because she ran out of gas. She used her 14-year-old daughter as a meat shield. Mm-hmm. They don't love these kids like that.
No, they don't.
Not all of them. Mm-hmm. You have a good number that do, but the vast majority, no. They're just come ups. They're come up baby.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, getting that book and going abroad where you can have sunlight, eat fresh fruit, nothing processed, walk, and experience life and be at peace, of course, your stress level is going to go all the way down.
Mm-hmm. Everything. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Here in America, right. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm. Here in America, it only works. America only works if we're dysfunctional.
Right.
It only works because there are a bunch of institutions that are built up around us being dysfunctional. Mm-hmm. Big Pharma, prison industrial complex. You can just go on and 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 on. As long as we're dysfunctional, this country just works. The gears turn. That's why I said before, like we're the grist that greases the mill. Like without us being dysfunctional, they can't make no money.
Right.
And these chicks are dysfunctional as hell.
Exactly. This is why the biggest lie is that middle age is 50 years old. We know that's the biggest lie in the world. In order for that to be true, we'd all have to live to be 100. Middle age is 35, 36 years old. So they want you to think that middle age is 50, so we can get another 15 years out of you of work. It's like you say, man, the dysfunction is what is the grease. The lack of knowledge, that's the grease, that's the oil, and it bleeds into our relationships, it bleeds into our health. Everything's involved. Coach, y'all said, and then I get out of it. Y'all, you
I got to run. Go ahead, brother.
And you and the brother said that y'all had these 2 women on there, and they were talking about, body counts and all that. And the young lady said, and it left me just with an indelible mark. She said, she had a fairly high body count, but then she said, no man can get good to me but through God. I know you remember that because it just tickled me to death.
Yeah. It's crazy. Right. She want a God-fearing man that she been ran through.
Yep.
I want a God-fearing man after I've been ran through. Gave all your damn virtue away. And 9 times out of 10, a woman with a high body count, they can't be pleased because they have so much experience. By the time you get them sex, it's just a chore to them. Mm-hmm. They ain't got nothing to share with you, but then they got a damn nerve to tell you, I just want you to be loyal and be a good man and all that little goofy-ish. And you gotta buy me a $5,000 ring, a dress, put me in a nice house, but you ran through. Mm-hmm. You ain't gave that damn man no fair exchange.
That's right.
And I see so many men compromising their health, their dignity as a damn man for ran through women with bad attitudes, haven't been taught how to be wise, don't know their damn place. Because they were in other countries doing what they do to the men here in America, they will either lose their lives or they will be severely dealt with.
Yep. We seeing that now. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I personally believe that whenever a woman says, I want a man that loves God and fears God, I don't think that they view it the same way we do. I think they view it as a sacrifice. Right. You got to love Jesus. You could be Christ-like. Well, he got sacrificed, right? Mm-hmm. So you want me to be sacrificed,
right?
For your life, for your financial gain,
right?
Or your continued care. Mm-hmm. That's what I really truly think they believe. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You need to sacrifice yourself the same way Jesus sacrificed himself on the cross. Mm-hmm. He died for all our sins. You can't have my bank account. You can't have my money.
Right.
That's just.
And you know what, man? I'm gonna let you guys go. But you know what, the contractor and coach, and Sean, these conversations are becoming transcendent. Many men are beginning to wake up. They're beginning to realize what the power is. All that shame and language. Like I had helpers coming in here saying, she was saying that this was the woman did how delusional she is, Sean, and contract. Nobody disrespect. I don't even know who she was. She came in saying, passport bros are lame and black men are down low. But then when the men started digging her ass, she said, I got to leave because you men are disrespecting me. Mm-hmm. Disrespecting you? You came in a man's platform disrespecting other men.
Yeah.
But then when men turn around and become aggressive, then all of a sudden, I can't believe these men are being, they're weird, man. They don't get it, very immature. Mm-hmm. And that's why I tell men to do what's best for them. But I got to run, Sean. I got to go.
All right,
it's late. I got to get up in the morning, man. Let's do this again, brother.
Absolutely, brother. Good to see
you. All right, y'all be good, brother.
Be blessed now.
All right, be good. All right. I'm going to drop you down, contract. All right, guys, we about to sign off. Another good show, man. I want to give you guys a great show. Shout out to Sharon Lapu, good sister. She's a single woman, guys, so you guys are the single that are looking for wives. And, guys, if you don't have your tickets, go get your tickets from the Black Manosphere Conclave. Go get your tickets, guys. Go get your tickets from the Black Manosphere Conclave, guys, coming up soon. Go get your tickets.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
All right, guys, we're back. We're about to sign off. Thank you guys for tuning in. And guys, it's time for men to transform and start living their lives on their own terms, guys. Be well, and I will be seeing you guys soon with some great content. And I look forward, guys, to continue to have these timely conversations. Be well.
When my friends go, it was simple. When the ends low, switch the tempo. I go right, I got heart, I won't die, I'ma fight. I go down, then I strike, I go hard day and night, yeah. I go hard day and night. 1-to-1, no surprise. See the hate in their eyes. My brother's blood money bleed. I got the game in the squeeze. What would you do for some green? What would you do for some blues? Go pick and choose the fam of the cheese. Some people not built like that. Some people get killed like that. Pressure like water, lights, mortgage. I've been at bills like that. Now I got kids like that. No wonder why I feel like that. Some people go to war for nothing. Me, I go to war for something.
Before there was the manosphere, I was. Before there was the internet, I was.
When the end's low, switch the tempo. I got right, I got heart, I won't die, I'ma fight. I go down, bet I strike. I go hard day and night. Money on the line, keep calling. Money on the books, ain't all that. My kids, they'll be ballin'. Got a real bankroll, not for Instagram. My mama on the line, keep calling. Praying for me, know I need all that. Told me it's not about ballin'. Real blessed, but I'm still sinning, man. What would you do for a win? What would you do for your friends? What if this life is a foe? What if the dogs pretend? What if you roll to the end? What if you started again?
Fire! The kosher clinician.
Thing. He said it's a comedy skit.
But he didn't say it was a comedy skit. I don't know that.
But I told you I wasn't. But
okay, and I let it go.
You didn't let it go.
I'm not talking about it. You are. I don't give a fuck if you was a pimp or not.
But I don't give a. You keep asking me stupid shit.
I did not.
Why do you keep
what
asking
other
me
stupid shit do I ask you? What other stupid shit do I ask you?
Bring your fucking voice down.
No, you don't talk to me like that.
Bring your voice down.
No, you don't talk to me
you
like
bring
that.
your
You're
voice
not
down.
my daddy, though.
You can leave.
You
You can leave. You can leave. You can leave. You can leave. There you go. No. Let her go. No. Let her go. Go ahead. Bye bye. Go. You go.
No.
There you go. No, you can leave. Go ahead.
Why are y'all doing this?
You good. We good. Thank you. Have a good day, sweetie.
What is going on? How did this
All right. No. It's good. There you go.
Oh my God. What in the world?
There you go.
What
Good.
just happened?
It was time for her to bounce.
Oh my God. Maybe
I know that these Nick, out of respect to minorities. What the fuck? Stop! I want to get another air right now. I'm punching air, probably swinging around eating some bananas. Fucking stupid bitch. Preach is crying right now, swinging from a monkey branch.
And why is she going to end up with a poor mate? Because we as black men are not raising black boys to be the men that our women need. If we're going to be men, the first thing we got to do is take responsibility for why our women feel the way they feel.
I want you to listen to what this Negro has to say.
Of a white guy who married a black woman with black children. And in this video, the white guy was clowning black men and saying, you think I can't raise black boys? I raise them better than y'all do.
This is type of woke shit that I'm talking about right here that makes white men like Nick Fuentes get on the internet and be comfortable saying nigger. This is why motherfuckers like this are dangerous. And we've let these Negroes go on too long saying whatever they want to say. All this anti-black male rhetoric is what it is. This is why motherfuckers like this are dangerous. And we've let these Negroes go on too long saying whatever they want to say. All this anti-black male rhetoric is what it is.
We got too many PhDs screaming they woke. Sleep on the land and take us off for a joke. The blacks I see, immigrants, tap dancing, nigga shit. Homie, he ain't black like me. Ancestors fought and died with no guns. You hear disrespect, they speak with a forked tongue. We march for togetherness. All we really seeing is a bunch of sellout motherfuckers round here don't tell the shit. Separate better shit. We don't fuck with it, trick them celibate. Tell it to the donkey and the elephant. Here for the benefits. Damn right, talking to you immigrants. Over here acting like you innocent. In your homeland, you don't fuck with blacks. But getting handouts and money off our tax. And we ain't getting shit but some feel-good talk. And young black men outlined in white chalk. Time to spark change, the kind folks see. Produced by Baz, inspired by Uncle D. Give black men a voice, the only Umars on Friday. And trust me, our doctor ain't boys. My people rejoice, my lyrics ain't shooting and killing the black man. Make a motherfucking choice. What niggas do for money, clown and act a fool. Wearing dresses, finessing money just for a school. tell it to these coons on a plantation, made it a celebration. Everybody to Zoom, blizzard in the room. So bundle up, trick. It's cold outside and he ain't taking no shit. This is why they hate us. Blood run deep, a generation of traitors. They wanna see us weak, you ain't a part of the family. Cold shoulder, fuck you, black men ain't shit. I'm sure the world will love you. Head down long enough, 50 plus years, you yelling that we ain't strong enough. Took them benefits and ran with it, it's Mayday. Took the kids away and now they Pookie and Ray Ray. This is where we separate.
Word, feel me? We gotta keep our black women safe. Why you got spray pan and what's the name?
Like, you keep this shit moving, bro. We don't play like that, bro.
Okay, bro. I don't give a fuck,
bro.
We don't play like that.
About, my nigga? Like, look at your van, my nigga. This is some weird shit. Don't come parking around this shit, my nigga.
Word, there's some other shit.
Fuck you. What's the name of the block? I don't know. Bro, get the fuck out of here, my nigga. Real shit, bro. And keep it going fast, bro.
Yo, that's some crazy. That's crazy, bro.
Get it understood, cause real black men wish a motherfucker would. So buck if you want to. On the next flight, we do whatever we want to. Blizzard King coming, everybody favorite uncle.
You got niggas with degrees enabling these motherfuckers by perpetuating these lies and negativity about black men. Most of you black men don't have kids. You ain't even got no wife. 31% of y'all are married, 51% of you don't have kids, and you're not married. That's 82% of black men who ain't did shit or are doing it the right way. There's 18% of men out there with children outside of wedlock. And of that group, they are better fathers than men of other races who are married to their women. Right. You black men are outstanding. You hear me? You are winning. Fuck what these PhD ass niggas are saying. You are winning. You are doing a great fucking job, especially considering what you had to do and deal with historically.